We are live. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, we are.
We are.
Shout out to the chat. We are Demosthenes. I like that. There you go.
We are all Demosthenes over here. Oh, we didn't start in with our little hip hop music beforehand. Boom,
Slacking.
there it is. Dude, I'm over here just I'm not used to this new stream setup right now. And shout out, I got the new camera tonight as well. So if I'm looking a little more crisp tonight, that's why.
Looking a little older though, you know?
Hey, you know, it could go either way.
Sometimes that works against you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm looking for that like 320.
100%.
Yeah, we're like in between. What's going on, everybody in chat right now? Shout out to you guys for showing up tonight. We got a shout out to the Mallard fam. Happy Mallard Monday out there for everybody tuning in. If you guys are tuning in, yep. If you guys, we got 35 viewers in the chat too. Shout out to everybody for that. If this is your first time tuning in to us, we are the Freedom 35ers. We are a Cardano NFT podcast that does interviews with project founders, creators, community members, guests, and we like to just talk CNFTs on the channel. So shout out to you guys for being in chat tonight. We're here every Monday night, and this is the last Monday night of 2022. So appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's we got a very, very special stream tonight.
Why is that? Who we got on here tonight?
You know, we've been talking some reveals. So if everybody's just tuning in right now, we've got some stuff we wanted to go ahead and showcase, and mainly not us. You know, there's been a long standing suspicion from us over here on the F35 channel to who the founders actually are from Mallard Order. So tonight we decided to invite them back onto the stream, one of the co-founders, Demosthenes, and really see who he is a little bit more in depth. And Tom, yeah, I know you wanted to go ahead and bring something out before we bring our guest on, right?
I wasn't sure what kind of sound you'd use to attract a guest like ours, because it's not like a you know what I mean?
It's
But,
like a quack.
From,
Some bread?
rip it up.
So stupid. Well, we're down by the pond right now, and we're down actually in front of the crypt. So, yeah, guys, let's bring us in. He's going on backstage right now. Let's welcome on our guest for the first time revealed on stream here with us. Guys, welcome on Demosthenes.
Whoa, there it is. We knew it. We knew he was a duck,
knew it,
bro.
Yo, we got to ask him. He's a duck, dude. He's an actual duck.
I knew it.
What is going on, man? How you doing? And
I'm loving the rune on the Yeti mic, though. Is that dope?
there he is. What is up, Demosthenes, brother? How you doing?
I think you're muted, bro.
He is muted.
All right, I'm good. Sorry.
There you
There
are.
we go.
What is going on?
Dude, that was
man?
hilarious with the bread, though. That had me dying inside the inside the mask, man.
Bro, that is so funny right
It worked.
now. Demosthenes, welcome on to the channel officially. We get to see your face over here, and for everybody watching, first time potentially. Dude, honored to have you on, and appreciate you doing this over right here on the channel.
Nah, it's an honor that you know to be here, and you guys been rocking with us since the start, so really appreciate it. And yeah, you look great, Tommy. Don't listen to these guys about you look older.
We appreciate it, right? Dude, we always got to get it. Oh, dude, it's already in the chat. Somebody's already screen grabbed you over in the Mallard Discord, so it's gonna be just the start, dude. Oh, bro, yeah, what is it? How does it feel, man? We've had a couple firsts onto the stream throughout the year for founders and stuff jumping on camera for the first time. But what is, I guess, like, what was your like build up before getting on here? Like, hey, I'm about to finally do it inside this community.
Well, I've already shown like my picture numerous times, and I always thought that was funny. Where most people didn't even like, they would always be like, "Oh, you're not doxxed." It's like, well, technically, if you just search my name, you'll find me. But it makes it a lot easier being from New York. There's like so many people here that see you every day, and no one gives a hoot about you. So it's like, you know, it's all right. At least in our community, people actually usually have positive things to say. So
yeah,
it's like a lot nicer than it is walking down the sidewalk of New York City.
Right.
We tried to dox you with the high top fade a few weeks ago, and you're like, I don't have a high top fade, boys. I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, you guys had me up here. And I'm really down here somewhere.
Bro,
I thought it looked pretty good, though.
It looked fresh.
Yeah.
Except for all those chunks missing out of it.
Photoshop got you, man. It was
I feel like what were we working with? That was like a Polaroid or something too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, you know.
Yeah, it actually
its best.
it was its
best.
Yeah, we'll have to show that video a little later. But that was hilarious. But no, man, appreciate you jumping onto the stream here with us. This is our last live stream of 2022, which is crazy to think about. We've been here a full year inside the space, so it's an honor to get a chance to host it with you. And yeah, so for anybody tuning in tonight out there, so you guys, Demo's not looking so sleepy. There you go. No sleepy Demo. Is this right before your bedtime too, or do you like your little nap time? Like I know you do in like increments.
It depends. Like today, I had people come over to like fix my boiler, so I took a nap like during midday. But usually around like 12 or like 1, I'll take like a 3 hours sleep, and then I'll wake up around like 4 in the morning or something, and go over the Discord, and just loop it over and over like that throughout the day.
Your sleep schedule is crazy to me, man, but I love it. Like you said, you're up at multiple times to be able to service the Discord when other people aren't there. So it's been like a meme inside the community, sleepy Demos over there. But no, man, I was going to say, no, jumping on tonight, just for all the listeners and viewers out there, obviously we have you on here, and we're going to definitely talk some Mallard tonight. But we also kind of wanted you kind of wanted to hang out, right? You know, we wanted to get back into like the podcast kind of feel of this over here. Talks other things outside of Mallard. So, but don't you guys worry, we're not going anywhere. That's definitely going to get into some stuff. But we figured we might just have some fun. We're here at the end of the year. We've wrapped up a full year of Cardano NFTs, and I think it's been a crazy ride. We kind of journeyed it here this last week with our podcast, just kind of like a little time capsule from start to finish this year, and like how it's evolved even in a short amount of time. So maybe we can kind of take a look back at that, maybe some projects, things that you've been interested in, or maybe, we've been looking at for even inspiration or other things outside of that we can kind of jump into and then get into some topics as well. So, but yeah, for anybody just tuning in, Demosthenes, he's revealed, he's here with us live on stream, and dude, it's an honor, like I said, to have you on here. So have you been just curious that have you been minting anything at all over these last like couple months, or at anything? Are you in that mindset at all, or are you fully just like focused right now on the project?
Yeah, it's really just all Mallard 24/7, to be honest. But the last thing I did try to mint, which didn't go so well for me, was the Book of Ikigai.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a little bit different than the sneak peeks to me.
Right.
And yeah, that's the last one. But it takes so much time and effort to set those things up, like, set the mindset up, set your wallets up, and then like actually attempt to mint. In reality, like every time I even, like, for instance, I wanted to mint Ormob, right? Orimob. Super cool, very cool community too. But anytime I'm really getting ready to do anything outside of Mallard, instantly there's some ticket that opens, a mod messages me, my team messages me, something always comes up. It's never a dull day, and yeah.
You can't.
Well, I was gonna say, you probably run into similar to us, where you're doing so much with Mallard, we're doing so much with like the projects that we're already involved with, that sometimes trying to find the time where you can find the ones that are clearly being talked about on Twitter or hyped up in spaces, and you're like, maybe I'll try and jump in this. Maybe good to like flip or something because of the hype. Getting like really involved in some, because it takes time to really go through everything. And like you said, something's always coming up, and it's just like I love to get into this, but I don't have like the 3 hours to sit in the Discord at the moment.
Yeah, so nowadays I just do it more like, just like as a collector, like I'll passively just buy something, even if it's at the height, just because of how it looks. Like for instance, Land of French Presley. The super cool art, so I just had to jump in there. Last of the Pride, one of our community members, he put me onto it, and I love that guy's art, and I can't wait to print it soon too.
So, well, I think for us too, even being on like covering this stuff weekly, I think I don't remember the last project I actually like minted out. I can't. It was something that was recent that I went ahead and. Maybe it was a remint over here. I'm trying to think. Oh, Space Otters. That's what it was for me. So from their team. But other than that, man, it's like
last week. Don't let him fool you. It was literally last week.
I'm still gonna catch my degen moments in there. But yeah, no, it's been few and far between. It used to be to the point where we were on one CNFT every single week, and it was just like, all right, these projects are minting. Make sure you're set up, ready to go, because I'm gonna mint all those. And usually they would flip back in the day, at least a year ago. But now it's a completely different landscape we're in. But I heard we were talking a little bit before on stream stream with you, Demo, like your mindset was definitely, were you more of the degen and the NFT space when you first were into it, or what was your kind of like NFT trading personality?
It was definitely both. So me and Crypt Keeper, we always collected for the art in itself. Like, you know, if the art stands out and it's really cool, or if it's like just an overall really awesome project, we totally would keep it and would usually like maybe sell a bit of it. So like, let's say like, you know, shit, I ended up paper handing a lot of Ape Society, so I can bring them
One of many though,
well,
definitely
right?
easy to do.
Am I having lag issues here?
A little bit, yeah.
Like
We're catching you. I'm so used to it from the Twitter Spaces. Like I'll catch every word and it like catches back up. Like
I spend way too much money on my internet too. It's horrendous.
Really?
But yeah, usually, you know, I would buy some to keep some, and then to offset my, you know, investment, I would sell some off. So I'd get my ROI back, and then I would just keep the rest. And just, especially if I had high conviction in the project, I would just, you know, just ride it out smooth until whatever next phase of the project.
Would you say?
But I would also heavily degen flip projects I, you know, didn't care about. Like you guys were saying, you know, as long as it was on the calendar, me and Crypt Keeper were usually just hitting everything. And that was before like Cardano was.
Okay.
Are you a little maybe pickier now that you are a founder of a project?
Oh, I've been picky. The minute I got into Cardano, I was already with the new mindset. See, the mindset in Solana and ETH was always like, get it now, flip it before reveal. And it was just like this high stress, always flipping, always moving to the next thing. And then when I got into Cardano, everything was slower. Not only like the blockchain itself and like how marketplaces worked in that time, like CNFT.io, you know, like, please, you know, can you send? And so everything was nice, slow pace. So I started getting more into the feel of actually being a part of a community, because I can actually speak to an individual. People treated me like a mature adult. They wouldn't like ban me or use, you know, vulgar like speech inside the Discord, etc. So it was like, you know, I was mind blown from that. So I wanted to actually stick around instead of just flipping.
Right.
So you were here for the copy paste address days.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. That blew my mind the first time I ever saw it. It was like, oh, an announcement goes out, an address goes out, and then I'm supposed to manually send, and then you'd have to wait 24 to 48 hours for your NFT to come back.
Or a refund.
Or yeah.
After the 48 hours.
Of course, chat's like, when's refund? When's refund? Like 3 minutes later. Oh god.
Well, the worst part too is,
I'm glad we don't see that anymore. It's just like people sending immediately and saying sold out, and they're going,
rush,
"Oh, when do I get my NFT?" Like right away, and it's just like it's gonna take you a couple
and
days.
the best part is like, hey, I need my refund so I can go buy more of these things now that are on the floor. It's just like, oh man, this is not going to work out well for you. But yeah,
and that's weird because you came from the east side and the soul side. So like for me and like TJ and Tommy, this is the first one we really knew. So that was just like the normal for us. We're just like, oh, it's the Wild West out here. Like, you know, I'm ready for the adrenaline.
No, for me and Crypt Keeper, we were just like, and Nemesis too, but she wouldn't really like flip too much, especially since she was like heavily finishing her school, grad at that time, I think she did. But basically for me and him, it was like, we thought we were gonna get scammed. We thought it was like bullshit. The first time we ever saw that announcement, like, get out of here, what do you mean? And then we like, after like looking more into it and seeing like how the whole process worked across the board, it's like, okay, let's just try it out and see where it goes. I think the first thing I've ever tried to mint in this space, besides Ugly Bros, was like this one project. I forget the name of it, but there was like little kids, and they were like, it was like
little Ada dolls, Cardano. Oh,
it was like Stitch puppets.
Voodoo Brigada.
And it wasn't nitty.
Oh, masked on buttons.
Or Voodoo
Yeah,
Brigada.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they had button eyes, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
I tried to go for those guys first. I had just missed, I think, Yummy at the time. I forget what I just missed Baby Alien Club.
Oh yeah, dude, that's when everything, we were talking about that, because that was when things last year really took off, where it was just like very competitive. Because I was able to get 3 Clay Nations, and one of my Clay Nations I got an hour after the mint had gone off on the phone from Yoroi, and then Yummy came around, or Baby Aliens came around, and dude, it just changed the game. Everybody sold out instantly, a 10K collection, and that's when it was just like, oh, this is getting big here. But I do remember that. That was a crazy.
That was when you
time.
upgraded the wallet, TJ.
Yeah, because that pissed me off, because my transaction
data
went in
lists.
before my buddies did. His went in 20 minutes later, but he got the Baby Alien. I didn't. I was so mad. I messaged like the founders, like, yo, my transaction went in at this time. My friends went in this time. He got the
That's
NFT.
upset.
How is that fair? The name right back. I was mad.
Dude, Crypt Keeper was the worst. He would have like the best luck at everything. Not only with all his TXs going through, even though he would do them after me, but also the RNG on him is insane. Like always would get like the 1-of-1s or like the good trades. And I would often buy more than him and then get screwed with nothing but commons. And he's like, oh, I bought 3, but they're all rare.
Yeah.
That sounds like Tommy.
Sounds like Tommy.
Yeah. That's exactly
Wait,
me.
Tommy, are you Crypt Keeper?
Tommy just wanted to switch the other day.
I am multiple personalities over here. I did. I won a Nintendo Switch for work. But
I thought you already had one.
Really?
Tommy,
Yeah.
Just a few days ago, bastard.
Hey, it's okay, dude. It's luck sometimes works out. I haven't been minting in a while, so but yeah, no, real quick over here for everybody. This is F35 Live again. We got 83 people tuning in over here. It's our weekly live stream tonight. We have Demosthenes, Demos, whatever you want to call him over here. But he is here tonight, first time on camera, revealed. It is an honor to have you here. If everybody, it's your first time, make sure to go down there and click that like button if you're enjoying the content tonight, and consider subscribing if you guys enjoy the conversation. We're here every Monday and Friday over on YouTube, Twitter, and Spotify. And there's our first plug for the night.
Well, you say that, Tommy, and then we're not going to be here this Friday.
Yeah, next week actually we're not going to be there. Yeah, we are.
Day off this Friday. Will
Not this Friday. Next Friday.
Next show will be the first Monday of I guess 2023, right? Yeah, that'll be Monday.
It is. Yeah, the only time we've ever taken a break was last year in between New Year's when I got engaged, and then this year we're taking like a planning weekend just to kind of pause it. But we've been here every single Friday, man. Consistency, you know. So I'm proud to say that over here in the space, dude, because it's definitely, there's weeks where you're like, fuck, man, I don't want to log on today.
It's not easy at all. Exactly. There's got to be some Fridays where like real life hits you hard and you still have to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, what are we talking about tonight? Because some stuff's not even really going on. Then we'll just like search Twitter for stuff like, oh, okay, this is going on. We can talk about this. We can just bring up this now. So sometimes it's hard to even talk about certain things that we're even interested in. Because sometimes stuff is minting or there's stuff going on. We're just like, I don't really care. I'm not involved with it type of thing.
Yeah, we got a comment today, I think, on one of our videos. It's like, why aren't you covering this top project or top 30 project? And we're just like, man, like I can't get to them all. I'm gonna cover what I can and what we like and what we know, but it's just like we can't do everything over here. So we do our best of what we can and try to give you guys some good information. But Mallard's definitely up there on that list. Shout out to Nemesis over in chat. I see you over there as well. So I know she was on the stream last time, but dope to see you guys both getting your faces out more in public too. It's been cool to see that. So also I saw another comment up here. We'll address this. I love that this is the first thing you say when you get into the stream. Is there a giveaway?
We're actually going to give away the NFT. It's your PFP right there. We're giving that one away.
Yeah, so you've so kindly donated over here, Mitch, to us, and we're going to be giving it away tonight on stream. If you're lucky, you'll win it back. No, we will have some giveaways on the stream over here. I love J-Hub too. Shout out to you. He goes, I'm here for the bros. I'm here for the girls jumping on trampolines. How about that one?
Oh, that's a old callback though. That's
that is the man show.
The man show.
The man show. Yeah, at the end.
Oh my god.
Ziggy.
Oh man.
So close it out every episode.
Yes. Yes, Jow. There's a lot of questions on giveaways. People want giveaways tonight. We always do them. We will have some stuff. We'll have some RUNE giveaways here. We have some RUNE, and then I think Demosthenes, you tease a little bit later. I guess we're gonna do a Relic as well.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. You heard it here first. We like to do giveaways, a little fun on the channel, so we'll think of some creative ways to go ahead and get those set up. But hang in here for a little bit before we get going on that. Demosthenes, I know for the first time, before we get into more about Mallard, because I know everybody's itching to get hear more about the manifesto you guys dropped. That is a lot of information to go through, and I'm sure people have tons of questions. But yeah, I wanted to kind of get your perspective a little bit on like the CNFT landscape that's evolved over throughout this year, because we kind of went through that again, like our wrap up recap episode that we did this past week. And like our overall like market like sentiment, or like kind of going into 2023, like has your mindset like shifted a lot like in regards to the way that you've seen the Cardano blockchain evolve? Like, do you feel more like confident? Do you feel like, hey, I'm up for anything as far as being like shifting and adapting? Like we saw Utes is bridging over to Polygon. Like that was a huge thing news wise this week. Like, how has your overall sentiment, I guess, for this Cardano market and just NFTs in general been evolved throughout this year?
Good question. So I like always believed in the tech after like, you know, reading and listening in, and especially listening to Charles. He's like the sweetest dude ever, but is super intellectual, at least to me. And after all of these different exchanges and different VCs basically showed themselves to be like grifters and like, you know, snake oil salesmen, it kind of really opened my eyes, and also even furthermore opened my eyes when I realized that like the news coverage would always hide Cardano like under a rock and pretend it doesn't exist. And all the backlash, it became a realization to me like, oh, this one can't, you know, is not being bought by the devil. So therefore it's not like showcased to the world as easily as something like Solana was, or like every other chain that kind of was a little sketchy, you know, like Luna, for instance. And after seeing that and actually seeing the big differences from last year to now on how efficient everything runs, how much quicker it is, I have a lot of high hopes. Now, the issue is that I feel like a lot of us say the same thing where we're like, I'm in it for the long run. And then when you start seeing those huge red candles appear, you're instantly like, oh, I made a mistake. But it's like, you should still keep the same mindset where it's like, I'm thinking about this like 5 years later. You know? Like,
right.
I'm willing to wait and see what happens. But I don't think Cardano is going to go anywhere. And I think it's just going to become more apparent over time to everyone that this is truly a decentralized blockchain that is truly ran by good people who are trying to educate others, bring on new devs. I've never seen, for instance, IOHK, like those guys have like free online courses for people to learn. Like I've never seen that in my life, where they're like really trying to onboard new young devs and like, you know, show them the way. It's really cool. Like, and it's all free, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, shout out. I love this over here. Everybody's now, since they've seen the face over here, so we are still Demosthenes, even if he's on screen right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, I know as far as your Discord kind of came in there, like they definitely got you like, I don't know, like your personality is to like evolve so much over time. Like it started off so much like you were like this like ominous like crypt keeper, or not naturally a crypt keeper, but you were somebody in there where if you said something like, and you would clap back at him or like correct him or like steer him in a certain direction, everybody's like, oh, okay, my bad, I'm sorry, like kind of thing. To like now you're so much like everybody just loves you, man. It's funny to like to see that like evolution. Like everybody's like, you've like warmed everybody's like hearts inside that Discord. Like,
well, yeah, because I wanted that to happen. I basically wanted to come off as like this character that's not real, right? Like a evil version of myself. Play into the role, have people raise their eyebrow, like, what the hell's going on here? Like, even Tommy brought it up. It's like, hey, man, don't you think you're taking this a little too far? That's the point I wanted to get to. And then at that point, it's like, okay, let me show people who we really are, that we're just humans. And, like, you know, my mom raised me well.
Even when you sent me the letter, you guys wrote me the DM back in May time, and you sent me the message like, "Oh, we were watching. We were always watching." You sent like the beauty. Like,
and then I gave you that message for Tom, the other Tom. Like, oh yeah. I let him know he's not gonna get one for what he said.
Yeah, exactly. We heard what she said on the stream. Yeah, exactly.
I was so like triggered by that, man. I was like, I gotta get one of these things. I can't not have one. I know we had talked about that last time and how like the marketing worked for that, but it honestly it hit a good nerve.
No, that persona was perfect that you played for this project.
Yeah, you know the beauty about it though is, Tommy, is that we knew that once you get involved, you would end up like, you know, we were trying to like egg you on into like actually engaging, because I like pegged you as a person who's like actually creative from like the way you just speak and like think about things. I don't know, that's just how I figured. So I knew somewhere along the line you were just gonna end up winning, which you ended up doing. So
dude, everything. I mean, I think I've got 11 Mallards now, 2 invitation letters, 23 relics. Like I'm all in. Like I don't really like, I'm just like bought into like the Mallard ecosystem, man. It's fun to be a part of. And I got, like I said, you guys have gotten me the most creative that I think I've ever been. Like on stream, making like I ended up pulling it out for stream over here tonight, like making like the actual ducks and stuff. It's not
the green duck.
Okay. Yeah, the green stuff. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, the ducks, like doing the videos. Like I was editing a whole like 4.5 minute video. Yeah, the poster
you put up in the park.
Yeah, like the stickers, man. You guys have got it. Yeah, you got everybody doing it. I even yesterday. So the winter solstice event that you guys have going on right now, which I still got to submit over there. But then even the same thing, I'm sitting there like making a little ornament for like yesterday for Christmas. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use that for my my picture this week. It's just like little things like that.
See, but it makes people smile, man. This shit doesn't have to be so like just grayscale and boring, and you know, it could be a multi-dimensional experience, and it doesn't take much to do that. You can have the best tech in the world, and it's still not gonna like jump out of the screen as much as it would when you just tell someone to go do something unique, where they get left scratching their head like, well, how am I going to go about this approach? And you know, once they come up with something that they feel was clever, they feel a sense of pride from it, and that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Well, I was going to say, that's what I really like. It's not just engagement for the sake of like, hey, you can maybe get something, or do giveaways or whatever the case may be. It's like really getting people to flex their creative side and have like fun with it and get involved in a real way.
And just smile, dude. And it's great that you see people get their family involved and like their friends, their significant others. Like that's what this thing is all about. I think a lot of us forgot chasing the ADA uphill, that sometimes you could just kick back and have a little fun and be a nerd and just like enjoy collecting these geeky assets.
Besides your project, of course, what would you say is the community that you're most involved with, or you think you have the most fun with, besides Mallard, or before maybe even you started the project?
Before Mallard, most involved and had the
or what's your biggest quote unquote bag? What's your biggest holding in a sense?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I had a lot of fun in Ugly Bros. Before I paper handed the Ape Society, I had a lot of fun in there too. Really cool people. I had a lot of fun with, and it's funny because some of their community now is always like thinking I like dislike them for whatever reason, but Dead Rabbits, really cool people. Who else? I had a lot of fun in Clay, but the thing is, after a while, it got kind of like, I don't know, like it turns into like an elitist conversation always, where like a lot of people in that community always feels like if you leave them out of any conversation, they get pissed off and they don't realize like, dude, everyone knows Clay's is like top tier. Like, and if you don't know that, you're lying, like, or you're just ignorant. Like, you know, so sometimes you guys are going to get left out of a combo, but it's in the, you know, in the whole premise of it, like you're, you know, on the top, like take it easy. It's okay. Let others have their shine.
Sorry, I just saw Nemesis comment over here. I'm sitting there looking at the layout. I'm like, what's she talking about? Like, let's fix this over here a little bit over there. I appreciate that.
I was going to say, yeah, Tom.
The modding over there. No, I'm in the same kind of boat with you. Like, there's plenty of these projects in the top, like that I'm in and involved in that we don't talk about quite all the time, but it's one of those ones where it's just like a no-brainer. Like, of course, like I gotta play. Like I'm holding on to that thing, and I know that's going to be one of those top projects just based upon how they do marketing wise, you know, the community and the actual like what their goal that they're trying to accomplish. So that's one aspect of it. But again, it does feel like there's the relevancy factor sometimes where like if you don't hear enough about the project, which you guys are very good on like the social media side of stuff of like always making sure that you guys are showing up in the algorithm. But yeah, it definitely feels that way because the one that I feel the most that everybody always like wants to at least probably have one of in their Cardano portfolio is Space Buds, where you may not necessarily see them like talking at all, but the people on Twitter in the community will, but maybe the main account and stuff doesn't really give too many updates versus like a project like you guys who are like day in day out on this. Like I guess what's your overall opinion on something? Like, I mean, is that okay for projects to be like that in that aspect of, you know, hey, this is what we are and we don't need to talk to you guys all the time? Or no, guys should be communicating at least somewhat weekly.
You're saying like the founders themselves speaking to their community
or the main account. Yeah, it could be. It doesn't necessarily need to be the main founder, but
well, I don't think your social media presence always needs to be a thing.
Right.
Truthfully, as long as you have like some cult following that you're a part of and you're actually communicating with. Now, I do have a huge problem when you're allegedly building so heavily that you are way too busy to even show up in Discord once a week to just say GM and just read the room. I think as a founder, it's essential in any business really to read the pulse, feel the pulse of like the feedback of your customer base or your community, know what's going on. Because you know how Discords work, even when you're Discord. Can you really, like, if you walk away for a week or two, when you come back, is it really going to be the same? No, something's going to be different. Something's going to be off. A bot's not going to be working right. So, there's always something. And you need to be there to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Just my point.
I can agree with that. I got some questions sitting over here inside the thing. Let's go first. Hi, Gamer. Would the order purchase lands like Cornucopias to host events in the future?
Okay, so we internally spoke about like metaverse lands and buying into them, right? Because of course we should have our own little like clubhouse built in every single one that does make it to the cut. But essentially, I feel like, and this is what me CK always argue about, well, debate about, is when is it actually coming? You know, that's the problem. Because like if we're gonna be waiting 3 more years for the lands, then I feel like you could just buy the pitches or the lands or whatever, the parcels around that time too, and probably even save more money.
That's
what TJ mentality.
I kept saying that. I was like, I feel like there's plenty of time to still get in all these metaverses. It's nothing against them as projects, because I do like them all. I like the potential. I like that they're building. But I have plenty of time to get in there if I want to, 3 to 5 years from now. Because honestly, to flesh something like that out, that's how long minimally it's going to take to do that.
I can see that. I mean, it's cool because we all want like those metaverses to kind of pull like the Sandbox, Decentraland, like kind of like burst and growth that they had. But I still think, especially in the market we're in, like it's going to be a while before that's there. And I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities that arise to potentially get even better spots as those things really start to position themselves. Like Pavia, like really surprised us this last was it maybe 2 weeks ago when they did their live event. Like I was actually genuinely impressed with what they built, and it was fun to kind of go in there, and you can kind of see where the future of that stuff, like all the different advertisements and like minting and stuff like that, how that could be fun. But it's still so early, you know, because they're barely just getting some of those features out. So I can understand from your guys' perspective, hey, it's not our main focus right now, but yes, it's on the radar, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely always going to be on the radar. I still believe in metaverses, and I still believe in like a cool, you know, experience where a bunch of different like assets can like be involved in one world. But it's like I said, it's I haven't seen it yet besides on ETH. Yeah, pretty much.
I got another question. A couple of these we'll go through throughout the show, but this will be interesting too because we talked about this over there on the whitelist pass metas, where we talked about it. You guys kind of made it almost like feel perfected in a way, because it wasn't necessarily only meant to be a whitelist spot. You guys had so much more plans for it. But how did it feel starting a new meta, this invitation letter, and what was your like expectations from it?
It's both fun. It's both like cool to see it. Like, you know, you feel. What's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. It feels kind of nice, like seeing people like imitate it, but it sucks because it like completely doesn't even fit the brand or motif half the time. Like it fit what we were trying to do. See, we were trying to build an asset that had long-term value for the holder. But then of course, like, you know, in any like secret fraternity, you are invited, right? You get like brought in, you know, you get tapped on the shoulder or given like some sort of letter or something. So we thought, hey, why not actually figure out who our letter holders would be, and like basically in a digital sense, personally hand them their letter, you know, by going directly to their wallet and getting right to them based on their PFP. And just, you know, going off of their engagement, then going off of their PFP, finding the traits, and then making like Excel spreadsheets that kept up with all the information about said user. And then we would go straight to their wallet based on their PFP. It was hilarious. People would be like, how'd you figure it out? It's like, dude, well, you got to pretty much, you know, the only NFT that looks like yours. You just have to go down the rabbit hole.
That's a TJ's question. He's like, how do they know my thing? And I'm like, I'm sure they probably
you blew his mind.
You blew his mind. How'd you know, Frank? How'd you know my thing?
No, but that's the thing. That's the beauty of when you just try something fresh. Sure, it can be speculative marketing, but at the end of the day, it'll give people that feeling where it's like, wait, like who the hell, you know, how do they know? Like it's cool.
Real quick, shout out to BTC in the chat, because him and I were messaging privately on the side like in June, May time too about the project. Him and I were holding letters. We're like, bro, we just feel like something special about this project. He's like, that's why I picked up more on secondary. But shout out to BTC, man. Him and I were talking.
Hell yeah, dude.
Months ago.
He's an amazing human, man. He's a really tripped out character, and the things he's told me that he's been through, and like just watching him, like even like his workout rituals and stuff, that guy is like super strong in his mind and outside. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how.
Dude,
and shout out to DA Sales in the chat too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
You got all of that Mallard community showing up over here tonight. The crazy thing for me, which if you look at this, like, this is why I think I like, you know, the Mallard Order is such a good example of like building like, you know, like value over time with what you guys have done is this invitation letter, which was completely free, airdrop to members inside the community. There's 500 of these things. You're closing in on almost $1 million worth of secondary traded volume, which is crazy in itself, which 100% of those royalties go back to the invitation holders. And then the other unique thing is if you look at the all-time chart on here, look at where these things started at, and then look at where we're sitting here today over these last 6 months or 7 months over here. And it's like, if you would have just held on to these things, the value is there. Not to mention the relics that you got airdropped recently too. So
see, this is the bad part. Going back to like the whole whitelist meta, I feel like a lot of people who like go off of this idea and they're like, you've been invited, you've been selected. They all see that as a benchmark, and I feel like it sucks because like you guys should try something new, be creative and come up with something new, because we didn't have a benchmark. I'm telling you, me and CK sat there and we never cared about what the letters would be value-wise because we always just had fun ideas for them. Yeah. But we even told ourselves like it would be pretty neat if these letters sold for like 100 ADA. That'd be funny. And then they turned out to be like this. So our intention was never, even that's another reason why it's 100% royalties for the users. It's like, it was never our intention to ever make anything from it. And I see people kind of run with it where they look at that benchmark and all they see is the ADA.
No, I agree. I think it's getting a little oversaturated now with that kind of meta now, because I feel like projects feel like they're forced to do something like that. And when they probably didn't have that on the radar at all to even do that with their brand or their product. Like, oh, wow, all these other people are doing these little whitelist airdrops initially, and now I want to start doing that. So I feel like it is being a little oversaturated.
Well, they're missing a big part of it too, TJ, because like, all right, well, I first want to ask Tommy, do you remember when you first bought your invitation? What was going on? What made you jump in?
Well, the fact that TJ really had one and I didn't.
Yeah, and it was just a bit of FOMO, right? You kind of saw it like getting popular and stuff. Yeah, it was like a bit of FOMO. But for me, like the part they're missing isn't just like this, oh, we made a token or invitation that is like exclusive and it gives you whitelist. Like it wasn't just having that as a thing, which a lot of projects are coming out with. I'm like, oh, we have the invitation now. Like it's going to be successful. Like I didn't buy in from the first origami thing, you know, and I was just kind of watching TJ do his thing. And I was like, because there wasn't a whole lot of actual order information, which is like it was that secrecy and you had to be invited kind of thing. I don't even remember if the Discord was open then or
no, it was during that event.
Second trial maybe.
Oh, the trial was open.
Okay, yeah, because that's how the trial. Oh, that's right. Okay, but even that one I kind of was watching. I think I even posted that's when I posted the fortune teller tweet. I never made the duck. But then the second trial came out, the one with all the code breaking, and I remember TJ, you sent it to us. You were driving in the car, like, check out how cool this is. And you and Tom were kind of looking at it, and then I was like, wait, I think I just cracked like the first line. Like, I think we can do this. And we started doing it, and like all of a sudden we were like an hour and a half into it, and then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to go buy like one of these invitations right now. And so it's like stuff like that engagement, that level where there was so much more going on. Where it's like you, Tommy, I finally just got to that like, I can't miss out more on this. I need to get in.
Yeah, I think it was just the engaging factor because he pulled us in, man. I don't know what made outside of like TJ getting one. It felt like something was just different. Like you could feel it. Like I was kind of like sneaking.
Sorry to cut you off. Finish.
No, you're good, man. My thing was just mainly that I it felt different to me. Like there was just something about the project after talking to TJ too, because he was in there, and it was more so like, hey, like there's something that these guys have up their sleeves, but it doesn't feel like everything else, and it feels like I want to learn more about it, and it was intriguing. So that was my personal thing with it.
I almost blew off my brother's wedding for that wisdom child. Nice, dude.
I love it,
dude. Good thing you did it, though. Good thing you did it. You see, I feel like you guys felt like me. Cryptkeeper Nemesis, like we were just tired of the oversaturated like elevator pitch solicitation concept. It's like, you know, give us your money, shut your mouth, I'm gonna go on vacation. That was always the feeling. So we were just like, at that point we realized like, okay, there's no better time than to try to bring this feel of like a multi-dimensional thing where it's like we actually like one another, we actually feel stressed, or we actually feel happy together, we can bond. No better time than the bear market. While others were running and shutting down their mints and saying, oh, we can't mint, or we didn't mint out, so there's no point in going on. Me and these guys were like, dude, this is the time to like elevate everyone's mental health and like hold them through this tough time. So let's do it.
No, that's perfect. You bring up a good point, because you guys dropping in the bear market was good, because you can show that you're going to build. A year ago, we had the mindset of, we don't give a shit, the project and ourselves as mentors. We had a mutual respect, understanding, like, we're just going to flip instantly. We don't care what it is. We're going to mint every day there's a mint and just flip. We don't care what it is. Now, when we look at projects, we're kind of, doing a little research and like, what community do we want to be a part of? What are they offering? What's going on? So yours obviously drew me in initially. So that's why I say, in the bear market dropping, that was perfect in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and like you said, there's no noise really, right? So
exactly,
you actually, the waters are so calmed down that you actually can see, and like you can actually like pay close
attention. Take your time.
Really,
yeah.
Dude, the emotion too that came from it was like, it wasn't just like, hey, I'm like grinding to get another whitelist spot. It was like, hey, I'm creating something that I'm proud of now. Like, I still hold that duck to this day, just because it was this cool thing that I did. That trial thing that we were doing, I'll never forget that moment of like the three of us creating a thumbnail, and then him like on the phone, TJ's driving, and like, I'll never forget that, because it was a fun moment that really pulled us in. And those are that emotional attachment that you gain to that. And then when midday comes, you finally get one of the ducks that you've been waiting for so long. That initial, like, I just want to dump this and get rid of it kind of feeling for ADA is just like not there at that point. And I mean, the higher ADA price goes up, obviously everybody has a financial goal, but still, it's just like you pull at people a little bit more, and you actually get them invested in what you guys are building.
You know what the funny part is? And I would totally hate this for me. Like, let's say I was on the user's end, not on my end. I would be like, okay, like I'm going to sell my letter or my whatever my entry is, right? And then I turn around one day and be like, hey, let me chat to my. Oh, right.
Yeah.
There's no more cool people to chat to.
Yeah,
like that's what I see here, dude. It's like actual friendships have formed. It's really bugged out. And these people are like all of you guys are more my friends now than like my IRL.
Well, that chat's
really
kind of. That's kind of turned into a little alpha chat too, a little research chat. That one day, it was like 2 weeks ago, or maybe a few weeks ago, you yourself got in on the research of a project that had some kind of questionable art, right? You're like, it took 2 seconds and I found it.
These guys are sharp. They will call the detective in a millisecond, bro.
Dude, that chat is on point.
Yep.
It is like that though. It's like that exclusive group, and I think that was the other thing that really pulled me in. But when you had that invitation letter before the actual Mallards minted, like that holders chat was like what the actual Mallard Order now feels like, the actual community back then, because you had the people that were dedicated to like being involved with that project, and that was part of the reason you stuck around too. Is like you always be those OGs in there before the original started, but you could feel like the way that Discord was really what the true community was, what actually was. I think that was the fun part for me and why I stuck around.
And that's building block fundamentals. You always need a core group of people who have like-minded. Like that's where the whole narrative is going to go, and that's ultimately like when riffraff comes in and tries to like tear things down, those are the people who will defend it and like keep it going forward and like teach others how to be. And I feel like a lot of Discords that I've been part of, they're just more worried about, okay, we have 10,000 people, there's 10,000 mints, we have this many whitelists, done. They don't really care to vet who these people are.
Right. No, absolutely. We're getting over here. It's 9:40. I can't believe it's already been 45 minutes over here on stream. But yeah, we wanted to touch base, and then maybe we can go back to some fun CNFT questions at the end of this. You guys dropped this past week, this Mallard Manifesto, and it really shook things off, or shook up things inside the space, because there was so much. I don't know what I was expecting, maybe from like a white paper kind of thing. They come in so many different sizes and forms and information that's really loaded in there. But you guys really took some time, it felt like, with your guys' stuff over here.
We, like I said before, we kind of wanted to go more of like a customer pitch deck, like more visuals, because I'm so tired of seeing like white papers, quote unquote, that like look like legal text documents.
Yeah. And
it's like, we just wanted to make it real fun, visualize the experience. And it's really like how we just like to treat our brand. It's always with like, I don't know, it always has to have like a stylistic thing to it. So, like an angle to it. So we just felt like let's make something easy to digest to actually give people the vision of where we're trying to go with it. And when you look at it, it's really, it's simplistic, in a way. We're more like a Web 2.5 kind of thing, where we're still looking at like the IRL world to like, back us financially in a way, and then we're also trying to find new ways, like with tools or like with the game, to like bring back some things in Web3. But so that's why I'm thinking it's more like a Web 2.5 kind of game.
Yeah. Well, I think the only other one that I can remember off the top of our head that we really raved about that did a great job with both info and graphics was Raccoon Syndicate. And shout out to Timmy and Kiyama out there. They had an amazing,
cool.
very dope looking like visual. The visuals went and matched, even exceeded, I think, some of the information inside of that. So it was cool to see. But again, yeah, it's very like visually, it's easy to digest and fun to kind of just go through and look at some of the artwork in there. Yeah, no, I wanted to kind of go through some of this stuff because obviously we got the basic info over here, you know, what the collection is. There's 3 different things, basically 3 different entry points for people to get inside there, which start now, the easiest barrier to entry is these relics. Then you have your ducks, and then essentially if you were really trying to get in, you got the invitation letters up there right now. Each of these all have their individual different utility. And I think a lot of people had questions going into this about the relics themselves because they were so new, and people were really trying to understand what they were going to do. And we got some info in there, but not like full info, which is, I know was intended by design by you guys. Is there anything on the relic side that was that intentional, I guess, as far as like, hey, we're not going to tell you exactly what these things do yet, but we're going to let you know like just a broad overview. You just want to
technically in this in NFT, we did actually tell you already numerous ways that you're going to phase 3, you know, where you're like ascending, changing, evolving, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
If you notice on the top right of each page, when there is utility for an asset, there's a little icon that says the asset, and it says utility.
Yeah. I do think I remember. Oh, yeah, I did see that, and later down the line, which I know TJ wants to get into some of those questions over here. But yeah, I think I was looking at this. Yeah, we'll jump down to that. I think this is like we're kind of like reading up there. We were seeing like all the different airdrops, charity giveaways, events, Raiders Guild, and all these different things. So it was very, I guess, I don't know. I was trying to read into it a little bit, and I know there's a lot of things that we want to, you know, down the line make connections to, which again the schools of thought match up with the different relics for each one of those. So I guess I don't know, I'm one of those ones who will always try to press for answers, but we're not going to do that here tonight. What I wanted to kind of do is more so just TJ, go for it. Then you can be the
guy. So well, I mean, if you want to jump topics here, not necessarily jump topics, but I know you have the Raiders Guild packages. When is that coming out soon? Q1?
Okay, so Durr and another individual that's helping us right now are, I was trying to say like late January, and he's like, no, that's super aggressive. We're gonna push for like mid-February, late February here, like early March max. So that's basic. So Q1 2023, you can expect it.
Awesome.
And we're gonna start off nice and slow. Like a lot of people had questions like, well, you can't just let anyone in, you know, we don't want to like just basically market random unknown projects. No, that's not going to be the move. Everything's going to be manually vetted when it comes to the submissions for said partners. And of course, we're going to go with pre-existing partners that already showcase a track record, already showcase, you know, way post mint, and, you know, essentially really working more so with projects that have been around for a while with hopefully like doxed creators and people you could really, you know, put your finger on and know who they are.
I don't know if you can answer this yet, but when you purchase the package, how long does the package exist for? Is it a month-to-month thing, a yearly subscription? Because I know essentially you're taking the relics as payment, so you're recycling it back into the ecosystem, which is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like a self-serving thing, you know, like we're not really like focusing on the money of it. Sure, we make some royalties for project development, which is neat, but mainly it'll go back to the through giveaways to the users, and then whichever users value them will find usage. Whichever users don't value them will throw them in the wind, giving more of an entry point to another user who would on jpg.store, helping out jpg.store and the ecosystem, etc. You know. When we're ready to actually like basically when we're going into like beta mode of it or like alpha around like late Feb, that's when you're going to get like all the exact detail, and it will be a certain duration, but it won't be like just a mere 30 days. There is actually way better price point breakdowns like in the amount of relics for like, let's say a user just only wants like, you know, Twitter rating for maybe only 2 weeks because they only have that long of a campaign. There will be options for that kind of person.
We're signing up for that, boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely need to get some
Let's
promo
go.
going out there. I guess like in response to that, because it's a really cool feature. It's something unique and out of the box too, where you can leverage the community we have to go ahead and boost and grow the network out there. What I guess the alternative to that is that people always hey, I got scammers that are willing to go ahead and promote my stuff all the time. What is this? Just another glorified version of that? Well, I guess what would be your response to somebody who approaches you like that?
Well, like, what do you mean scammers? Like those crappy,
like no, like hey,
like
if I'm gonna
blue check
DM you, hey, I'm
accounts?
like hey, I'm gonna paid promote you with my 100,000 Instagram.
Well, the huge difference is that they just do the same kind of like move where they make a post and they say, you know, like this 3 times, and then they usually toss a bunch of vanity metrics by throwing bots at it. This is more so like, hey, you have a Telegram group you want people invited to, you have like some sort of Reddit post you want made, you want YouTube subscribers to actually click the subscribe button, you want concurrent viewers for Twitch. You know, there's multiple integrations that they're working with, Dirt and this other folk. And basically what you're going to be doing is, like in the mock there, you're going to be authorizing some bots that are essentially like proxy on how they're tracking your activity on those different platforms.
Right.
So,
okay.
If you scroll down, I think it's one more page down, you'll see, like right there. So there's going to be a multi-set different authorization bots that you're going to have to authorize. So,
okay.
Depending on what it is that you're doing. Like if you're using Telegram,
right,
versus Twitter versus YouTube.
Is the payment stuff on there, is that essentially paying and then like giving them to you, or is that just by holding 10 of those relics? How does that? Yeah, how does that work? By hey, if I do, I need to pay you guys 10 relics, or do I need to just be holding 10 relics?
Now you could just send 10 relics. So what we're trying to do is, for all the people who believed in us, it's our motto, man. If you've been believing in us since the beginning, you're always sticking around, and you should definitely benefit off of that. Like if you're some dude who like wants to build the social signals, or you have like some sort of like possible small business, like maybe you make jewelry and you want to get more, you know, followers or reshares on your Instagram posts. Essentially, why would you need to buy more of them? Just send us the relics you have currently.
Okay,
that's fair, you know.
It's perfect. It gives constant value to those relics, to you sending it to purchase for the package and the person that could receive it now. Because what if there's no relics listed, and now someone purchased a package, now you got 10 more relics if they just purchase package 1, and 10 more people can get in if they want to.
Exactly. And that's why it's beautiful to do the giveaway thing, because when you think down the line, you realize there's always going to be that user who doesn't give a hoot and is like, oh, I already had 50 relics, I'm just going to toss this one in the wind. And that's what I also want to see, because as much as people want to say like paper handing is bad, you kind of need people to open up a buying opportunity for those who maybe not be able to afford something. So
yeah,
there's a good question here. Can they also hire demos or the team for one-on-one consulting?
Yeah, we actually had that I believe broken down in here somewhere, where we'll have a certain level of it where you're going to be able to get on video call with the whole team, not just me, and ask for like everybody's different level of expertise. You might be able to get Nemesis Souls to help you out with some digital art. You know, you might need like a brochure. Maybe you want like better branding on like a business card. So yeah, you totally would get some time with us on camera.
CK doxing then? Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he's gonna get on camera, but that kid is such a. I don't even want to say anything bad because I love him. Like truly, like that's like my favorite pen pal that I've ever had. But he's such an introvert, and he acts like me. I act way younger than him. He's like in his 20s. I'm 35. But he truly acts like a complete,
and that's fine.
That's inside of a young person. It's crazy.
Old soul.
He never wants to do anything too exciting. Like,
yeah. No, I think this is a fun thing too, because it for me, I'm like a completionist in like games. So when I see stuff like this of like, hey, I need to go do this today. When I do have the time, I'm like, oh, I can earn this many points for it. Boom, I'm going to go do that. And I think a lot of that pulls at a lot of different people. And it's also something fun to do, especially in the market that we're in, when there's maybe not the most exciting things going on in there, and you don't have much going on in the terms of news or things that are, immediate stuff that's going on inside the actual project. This is a fun way to kind of pass the time throughout these days, to be like, hey, we're still building each other up and growing our network, even in this downtime right now.
Exactly.
Have the adventure game too.
And think about it like this. there's plenty of people who actually are in different countries where redeeming some of these points will actually help them financially, or it'll help them receive something that they might have like not been able to afford. Like maybe, you know, a hoodie, they couldn't really buy it for the USD value, but lo and behold, if they only gave X amount of time, 15 minutes a day for this many days, then they could just redeem the points for the hoodie and get it shipped to them free of charge. And it's the same difference, you know, without them having to go out of pocket for it. It's kind of like I truly believe in the eye for an eye trade, you know, like you do something for me, I do something for you. It's very simple.
Right. Okay. Oh, TJ, where are we at on this? If you got the slide up for me. Oh, my bad. I'm over here.
Okay. More. Well, this spot with there's a couple things that has the points, so you can redeem with your points. What he's talking about.
Oh, I got you. I'm still scrolling over here.
Either way. No, you're good. But anyways, because I know you have the venture game too in the Discord. Are you partnered up?
Yeah, choose your adventure.
Yeah, are you partnered up with another person or outside source for that? Or are you guys doing that all in house? Is someone creating that? Because I know Tavern has a thing with that.
Yeah, so again, Durr is going to be helping us, and an IRL friend at the moment is also stepping in, which we're trying to onboard 2 new hires, both being top of the class graduates at the moment. One of them UX UI, and then the other one is full stack dev, but he also is a super nerd in making Discord games and bots and all sorts of stuff. And he also made a bunch of reselling bots, and he's really good at that. And when I ran him by this idea, he was all for it. The thing is, I'm trying to onboard him full time, always with us, not just as he's gonna jump in now and then get out later, just leave her with everything. So yeah.
That's dope. It's a fun way. So you're going to be able to take your Mallard and you could stack relics potentially to go ahead and be able to play this game inside there.
Yep. All the art is also done by Boxlord. Boxlord is actually going to go work for game design, doing game design for a company. Really? But we talked them into basically what we're doing, and we showed him what we're all about. He fell in love with it. We had a decent budget for him too, of course. And he just said, screw it, let's do it. I want to learn something new, and I want to be he understands too that a lot of companies are even when they pretend they don't give a shit about blockchain, they're truly in the background trying to learn it because they know that Web3 is the future. So every big Fortune 500 wants to know how to get there. Every big AAA game company secretly really is researching about it. So he's fully aware that as an artist, he'll stand out, in the long run by being a part of something. And I completely agree with him.
That's dope. Will the Mallard School of Thought classes be playing a role in these adventure games, like Alchemy, Necromancer, and stuff like that?
Yeah. If you see in the mock there, it also shows you that there's going to be a couple of other things. The funny thing is, there's this alchemy table where you're able to craft these in-game items, right? So you could see them as in-game currency, and they're ingredients. And there's going to be a way where said ingredients will play a role with said 5 relics with your Mallard in the end, in phase 3, and how they change. Now, there's so much debate already on how people feel about it, where they're like, oh, when I transform, it should be RNG, or it should be one-to-one traits. So we're not really giving all the info yet because I don't want to pigeonhole us. And also, it gets heated debates on how people feel about it. And ultimately, as much as I like you guys steering the ship with us, in certain cases, you got to just make us. Oh yeah. You got to let us make the call.
Absolutely.
And you guys have a final, somewhat ultimate vision too that you're going to develop too, so you kind of keep it within those boundaries as well.
Yeah, and if you give people, again, something Durr is always telling me, not to pigeonhole all the possibilities that he can come up with, or the things we may have to adapt to and change last minute, right? And also I feel before something is finalized, people have just way too many opinions on it, and it kind of they don't know what you really have in mind, so they're already telling you to stop going in that direction, but they don't really know the full vision. So that's why I kind of feel I don't know, very protective of that. It kind of pisses me off sometimes, to be honest. But it's hey, don't talk about my baby like that,
Yeah. No, shout out to the man himself sitting inside of chat right now, Boxlord, hanging out over here. There he is, dude. Awesome. Appreciate you hanging out. We got the whole team in here tonight. Shout out to you guys for showing up. But yeah, I've been loving the 3D artwork and obviously the relics. That process that you guys dropped that video on Twitter of like him actually creating the amulet. I think we looked at it on one of the streams. Like the amount of work that goes into that stuff, or just the little attention to details, dude. It doesn't go unnoticed, man. It is really cool stuff.
That young man is a monster, bro. You know what, him and Nemesis, like, she'll do a lot of the art direction, or she'll do a lot of like the digital assets, or even the art for the project, right? Like originally. But I really dig when, like, this is why I love my team so much. I'll come up with something super like in my head, nerdy, and I can visualize it fully. Like, for instance, when I was asking Boxlord for the creature encounters, right, which you could see one of them there with a giant poisonous toad. So I'm like, I want these kind of creatures, and it's the reason why, you know, they should be in different biomes, and, you know, they should like reflect the biome they're a part of, and they should look lived in, like they should look aged and everything. And then I explained to him how I wanted like the toad, for instance. I come back, the dude does it 10x better than I even imagined. That, like, it's just awesome waking up every day and seeing this. Like, even with the graphic novel, every time I get to look at it, it's amazing for me as a person who's always liked comics to see a comic at that level being provided by like my own team. So it makes me really proud.
Dude, it's cool because like all these different aspects are like, it's not like the Mallard Order, you know, this is like the evolution of like the NFT project, where there's so many now like different facets of that you guys have going on. And it's like, you guys have these comic books, you have this printing guild, you have this adventure thing in Discord. That's the thing now.
But it's all possible, and it completely reflects on who we are as people. Like Boxlord already has like multiple comics that he likes working on in real life. It's a passion of his already. We are, you know, Nemesis already likes making canvases and printing, and has been doing things at that level for a long time. You know, so it's like it fits in, and I feel like that's truly the only way that you can get the brand awareness out there, even to people. Like, I foresee you'll be sitting next to, like, let's say your brother-in-law or something, right? And they'll be like, I don't really like NFTs, but how do I get your hoodie? Or how do I get that comic? I like that. Like, I'm not going to buy the duck. I don't care about blockchain, but I will buy that comic. That's my goal here.
I'm gunning for that button down.
Dude,
short sleeve button down.
Oh, bro, this one right here, I love that. I would totally buy that.
I like them all, but
100%.
You can't see it in that mock, but it's basically tiny little like feathers that are crossed. It reminds me of like some Ralph Lauren kind of style to it. So it looks really
dope.
neat.
And on top of that too, like, I know you guys were talking about like brand partnerships and stuff like that with IRL like businesses. I know, like, is that so? Invitation, I see where these both have utility to them over there. So that's going to be interesting to see how you guys kind of flesh some of that stuff out for the different.
I'll give you a hint. Some of them will have like care packages basically just sent to them, and others will get discounts. So that's how that's going to work. And
any
sort of like a subscription thing is going to happen.
Okay, I got you.
Like an invitation letter might get a certain, you know, small batch amount of coffee sent to them. Just by purchasing one, they'll get multiple sets sent to them.
Okay.
Any Web2 partnerships in the works yet?
Yeah, definitely. Nemesis is usually handling a lot of that because it's through a lot of her people. But right now, there's a place called like I think it's Beer Wax, and hold on, what's the other one? Some other place, but these people, her friends own these bars, and they're also connected to like small batch brewery kind of people, and so essentially they're trying to come up with like some really cool sours and like IPA recipes for these beers.
Let's go.
And also Crypt Keeper is like a huge he's always a huge coffee bean nerd. Like, he's always talking about how you have to like, oh, don't talk to me if it's not like pour over. I don't even know what that means. But he's also got some people in line, and also with the hot sauce, Nemesis knows some folks that are making their own. So, but there's also a couple of other things that we're looking at too. So
absolutely. Shout out to everybody again, and we're at the top of the hour now at 10 p.m. So if you're catching us in for the first time, this is our F35 live weekly live stream. Appreciate you guys being here. We have Demosthenes 555, co-founder of the Mallard Order here, first time on camera, showing his true form. Dude, I remember there was a couple people like in chat that were like, "Are we going to see the Grandmaster Duck here tonight?"
Dude.
I know there's so much like speculation going into this over here. It was a lot of fun, and shout out to Mallard Order Co-Founders hanging out in chat, Box Lord and Nemesis over here doing the promoting for us. If you guys are enjoying the content out here with us, make sure to smash that like button. It is our last live stream of the year over here, so let's make it a good one and have some fun. Shout out to everybody just getting into chat right now.
We got to get the whole team on next time,
dude. Yeah, we got to have the whole Mallard fam jump on the stream here with us. We got a couple more questions we could dive back into before we jump into some other things. We do have some giveaways that we'll go ahead and do towards the back end of this stream. We do have some RUNE and a Relic up for grabs for you guys hanging out with us. I saw this happen a couple of times over here. Let me see if I can pin the comment over here. They were asking about it when we were talking about Ascensions. I think you've answered this before, but Phoenix said, will there be sneak peeks of the new Mallards? And I know this is
hell yeah, dude. So probably I would say right now we keep scrapping art. I don't know if you guys noticed about us, but like we're not ones to really like rush things because we want some sort of ADA. Quality is everything, and like the first time around is pretty much all you have. Granted, we had some typos in the manifesto, but yeah, like you guys should definitely be seeing us agreeing on certain. Right now, we're already agreeing on certain looks to them because we do want to basically one up ourselves from the last art, which I personally adore. I know I'm biased, but still, I really do like it. It sticks out. It looks like a nice, clean sticker look. You know, I like that a lot. So we're trying to one up ourselves right now. There's been a lot of art scrap. So I would give us like maybe 30, 60 days, and we'll probably start dropping some really cool sneak peeks.
Do you guys ever do you worry that if you innovate too much on the artwork that it will outshine, or is it meant to outshine the original Mallards?
Ooh, good question.
You see, that's the funny part is exactly. We as humans, we say we like change, but not too much really when we become associated with something or we really like something. So yeah, it's something we are always debating about and arguing about, where whenever, you know, Nem or like Box Lord will design something, or her little brother helps out, Brain, like if it looks way too far off, even if it looks cooler and more detailed, it's kind of missing the point. So there is that like tightrope walk where if you make it too different, then people will essentially tell you, why the hell did you do that? You know, we want the OGs back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're spending quite a bit to go ahead and like create that transcendent duck. So obviously that you tie utility to that with other things that it can do. But yeah, I guess that would be one aspect of it, right? Hey, I'm paying these 5 relic costs to get in. It potentially is going to look a little bit more badass than the other ones. Like you could get away with that, I think, to a degree. But if it's like drastic, then yeah, people are just like, I don't even want the old ducks. I just want the new ones. Let's go move on to season 2 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or it'll be the other way around. It's like, I don't care about the utility. That duck looks like fucking hell.
Right. Yeah. But I think like you said, sneak peeks do a great job of like gauging you know, where you're at. I did see another question that was interesting back here, if I can pull it way back, from Nathan over here. He goes, he remembers hearing you in a space talking about helping starving New York artists in New York. Any other nonprofit type plans? And I know you guys were talking about galleries were a big part for you guys early on.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, what are we talking about? The like actual nonprofit organizations, donation wise, yeah, like that's why the relics have a charity end to them. And even right now, we just did one for Xmas. I'm actually supposed to be posting the TXs here very soon in the Treasury Log channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always going to be like, our whole aim is to basically work alongside other people and get them shine. You see, at the end of the day, we don't really need the dollar, because what's going to happen if that person gets growth, they're always going to turn around and, you know, put their hand back and carry you up with them. So that's our vision here, is to just make sure we keep collabing with people who we feel like should have a voice, are amazing, talented people, give them the platform, let them grow, let them get their day under the sun, and it'll just help our own brand further grow, and we'll be bigger and better every time.
Yeah, I know that's one thing about you guys are very transparent with the funds that you guys do have, and you guys have the treasury thing inside of the Discord itself, the actual channel. So anytime you guys move stuff around, it's transparent about where it's going. So, and I did see this stuff for Christmas, so that was awesome. That I did. People were voting on it. I think they're there was a couple. What was it, like 4,500 ADAs worth of stuff that you guys were giving?
Yeah,
away?
they voted 4K for the invitation letters, and which was really neat is that they a bunch of people ended up sending in ADA to a charity wallet that we had as extra. So just in case anybody wanted to, like, outside of the allotted percentage that we had for charity, to just also just give whatever they could. It was really neat seeing that. So there was around like 8.8K that ended up being put together for just St. Jude's, and around like 4K.
It's amazing.
For what was it, like Wells for Africa, I believe it's called.
Yeah, with St. Jude, Humane Society, Feed the Children, Water Wells for Africa, and Skate Park.
Water Wells for Africa,
which so that was dope to get a chance to see that over there. And it's always cool because you guys are always giving back, and it's not just like you said, you guys aren't like, you said you've been burned in the past before where people go take a vacation on the island as soon as they mint out, where you guys are here giving back to everybody who's kind of helped create this with you.
Yeah, and what I don't get is like a good yearly salary is looking like 65 plus, right? A year, 100 plus. So I don't understand why, when I see founders, like, I know they made a decent amount from the mint alone. So like the royalties coming back and everything else being allotted for the project, why can't you just do more with it? Why can't you just give back? You already made a decent amount. Like, if you just think realistically on the resources you actually need, there's no reason why you need to raise $1 million unless you're making like a crazy dope 3D game or something.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of money nowadays can go, especially like I said, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 can go a long way depending on what you guys are doing. Game development obviously is a whole different portion to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I know one recent thing too that happened with you guys was the staking of the relics went live over here over the last few days. I saw that. So essentially everything in the ecosystem, the letters, the mallards, and the actual relics themselves are all now able to be staked for that RUNE, which essentially, like you said, we've been talking about is where the currency for a lot of the different utility stuff that you guys are building out is going to be paid for in.
Utility token, not currency. But the whole point of it is it's essentially experience points that reflect the user's time and commitment. So because of that, you trade that commitment as an asset, and then we trade you back, redeemable items, like whether it be a rug in a raffle, or redeem it for an actual service like using the print. Maybe you want to print you and your kids, like your kids' graduation, and a nice like art style print in a frame, or maybe you want it on campus. Well, all you had to do was hold your Mallard for X amount of time, and now you can literally trade for it and get your shipping costs cut and everything. You're not paying a single dollar. So I think that's really neat,
Are we close to the first burn of the RUNE?
Oh, we already did it, man, and we announced it.
TJ didn't
So
even
look
know
at the
the
treasury
first.
log.
It was the halving over there, as it's called?
Mm-hmm.
No, the halving hasn't hit yet, and
Okay.
you can always use Tissel's awesome tool Palantir for checking up on that. But essentially, we posted on December 19th at 2:56 p.m. Eastern that we have burnt 1,559,239 rooms.
Yeah,
That was just recently Christmas week. Come on now, I'm shopping and shit. I can't read everything.
Last
Come on now.
All right. I'll give you that.
I'm pretty good with everything else. Come on.
It's all good.
I know Shiny's not calling me out right now. I know you're not calling me out.
Come on.
That's all I'm gonna say, Shiny.
Oh man, that's hilarious. No, I that's an interesting mechanic too, right? Where everything with the supply started at 0 with the RUNE, and essentially it's 55.5 million of it, but it gets halved 3 different times, I believe, if I read the thing right.
Yep.
So that's going to be an interesting thing too, as like, again, the real world utility develops for this and people can actually start using it for stuff. And then it becomes less and less abundant in there as that supply starts to shrink. I think people will find a different value for it as the supply gets lower and it's harder to get.
And really benefits those that are early in here.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the hope was, and this is the more cynical side of it, to help out in the long term. The hope is, there's so much of it coming in at first, just toss it everywhere. Who cares, right? And then later, when we're actually dropping even cooler and crazier stuff, like who is really the ones that actually like value, And it's like, those guys get to stand up and be like, I knew I did the right thing. So I'm always for that user, truthfully, at the end of the day, the user who believes in us gets the end game rewards. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's I don't know. You guys have a unique mechanic when it comes to it. Feels like everything is very well thought out, and I know you guys always do things very intentional. So like
yeah,
you said,
and just think about how many people get hurt when the whole narrative of your token becomes that you could trade it for ADA. It doesn't matter what cool utility you can make up for it. At that point, all the user now knows is that they want ADA for it. And then it becomes this stressful gambling game. And I don't want that to happen. I've been that person. I played DeFi Kingdoms. I've played all these sketchy games on BSC, made a lot, lost a lot. And you go to sleep fucking feeling like an idiot. And I don't want users to have to experience that. Just have fun, hold the asset, you get cool stuff. Very simple.
Right. Yeah, that's good advice right there for anybody listening right now. Just hold on to it, and eventually there will be value there potentially for you to claim. Not financial advice, right?
Well, some people have already found value in it. I've seen what some users have already done with their relics. I've seen some users also win some pretty neat blue chip raffles.
Yes.
So far, and also some users traded RUNE too. So there seems to have been a lot going on for it, especially with just the relics. I mean, look at the floor for them and the activity that's happened with those alone. So yeah, I feel like already this air token worthless thing has already provided many users value.
Oh, 100%. Even looking back at the mint for the relics themselves, like that essentially was a free mint if you were staking. You know, you didn't have to pay anything. You literally just sent that in, and those relics were associated with whatever ADA value they were. So that right there, you could have sold off a full set of relics for whatever you got and made a good little that could have been a value to you, a utility to you, in a sense. But
it was utility to me. Shout out to Words. I sent Words enough to mint himself one and me one. I was like, bro, I'll send you like 800 RUNE, buy your cell phone and buy me one because I can't do it on my phone right now.
The organic alt account.
That's it.
Dude, no, shout out to Crypt Keeper and the team too. You guys were so fast on your toes on that mint. Because I remembered I was using a ledger at the time, and the night before I had DM'd open a ticket. Hey, can I switch it to my other hot wallet that was also on CNFT tools registered? And they were able to get it set up. But the following day, when it was the actual public mint, it must have reverted back to where my stuff was. And like mid mint, I'm like, oh man, I'm not being able to do this. So I just opened another ticket, and he got it sorted within like 5 minutes, and was like, here you go, take it, and now try it again. Boom, it worked, and I was able to get a couple of them before they sold out. I'm just like, that's so cool that you guys are like on the spot with that stuff and able to get things done and take care of the community. So there's a couple.
Well,
people
the biggest nightmare is that the user experience is shit and people hate it, and they can't stand the fact that they trusted you all this time and you let them down. Like, I can't live with myself with that. And it was a real hard thing because we wanted Dur to build other things like this dashboard. So we didn't want him burdened with like setting up this whole mint airdrop, none of that, right? So we thought, hey, why not get a new team to help us? They're also in this ecosystem. And it's like, just, you know, one hand washes the other type of thing. But then it ended up being that we sort of have to delegate tasks between teams, and it became a bit of a extra headache. But you know, Ada Anvil still held it down. They still were very professional, and they knew when they would be wrong, and they would always quickly be there to fix it. So I really respect it.
Yeah, no, I still had a pretty enjoyable minting experience, especially because I know you guys switched from the first time around. You guys used was it the guys from Tavern Squad, right? Knackfish and
Knackfish and Jazzy at the time.
Yep. And now you guys are over on Anvil. So we'll be curious where we're at in the minting cycles. That's changed. That's a huge just evolution that's happened over in the past year as far as minting goes on Cardano. There's so many new cool things that are being developed by some of these teams. So hopefully there'll be some really cool tech that evolves in 2023 for future collections that you guys are going to be doing, as well as everybody else.
I'm sure there's going to be something cool. But yeah, I just feel like, yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just feel like, you know, like going forward, people need to like really realize that the only way you're going to be able to keep any project going is by, I don't know, essentially realizing what it makes the project valuable. Like tools and like the tech is really cool, but like what tools do you really use for more than maybe 15 minutes a day? Most of your time is still spent on exchanging words with one another and talking and trying to speculate and learning more. So I feel like a lot more people should value just that simple thing, that inherently as human beings, you're social by nature. So like really start embracing that. So you can make it through the bear market. So you don't have to keep casting stones at each other's projects, and we can actually move somewhere and stop being the brunt of the joke. Because when people look from the outside looking in, we look like children sometimes. So it's like, my PFP is better than your PFP. It's like, some people that still don't even believe Cardano's a real thing, bro. Like, come on.
I don't know, man. We might be the second largest NFT chain here soon with all that stuff happening on Sol. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. What's your opinion on some of that stuff? Like does that like make sense to you for projects jumping from chain to chain, or do you feel like, I mean, I think as decentralized as possible, you want to be able to experience that it does not blockchain chain like exclusive, but I don't know, can the project survive for that, in your opinion, to be able to do something like that?
Well, it just depends on the founder and how driven they are, right? Like, for instance, when you bring that up, you're probably talking about like Utes, D-Gods. Frank is a monster, and he's young. And he comes from, like startup background, and he was already picked up by some of the best, and he left that to do this. So when you're dealing with like a 23-year-old that's that driven, he's never going to go to sleep. He's never going to stop. So he's going to make something happen. And if anybody can do that change, like completely jumping onto a new blockchain with their whole project, it's definitely going to be Utes, and it's definitely going to be Frank.
Yeah.
But going back to the original question, I feel like you have to adapt, right? Like right now, Solana, it doesn't have the best reputation due to that FTX debacle, right?
Right.
Things are looking kind of bleak, and then also their marketplaces are doing really annoying things with their royalties, so that's not going to help out anyone either. Like, how can a project grow?
Yeah. Do you find yourself more like, the more you get into Cardano, do you feel like more at home here than being from the Ethereum side of things? Like, do you feel like there's a big future on this side of stuff, and is that why you guys like ultimately chose Cardano?
We've been feeling like this since we were just collectors since last year. We knew it. Like everything is different, and like I said to you guys earlier, where it's like it's not heavily VC pumped. So like, and the fact that like mainstream coverage is never really on it because no one's getting paid behind the scenes, so it makes it like a pure thing. And the tech is slowly developing, which also is another proof to me, like, that these people actually care about building something. Versus the end, the proof is in the pudding. And we've seen it here. It's already been happening. Things have been moving along, and the blockchain is more efficient than ever. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm big on. I mean, I need to get out there more, honestly, because I do operate mainly on the Cardano side, but I know there is a lot of different things going on in other chains that are exciting. So honestly, I was looking at a Ute prior to all this happening, and still considering, just because I really do, like I said, the founder Frank is really cool to listen to, and I do enjoy the artwork quite a bit. I think that's such a TJ profile pic, the Ute over there.
Cool.
He's like an intellectual bro. I love it. Like, let's fucking go, and then says like the illest fucking thesis ever, and then goes back to being a 23-year-old again. That's what I really dig about him, how organic and like real and transparent he is as a person. He's not trying to be someone he's not.
I did see a question
earlier. I was just going to say, TJ, we can say that, like, being also somewhat, I guess, older members of the community, the space from, some of the members we see in our Discord and stuff, which we're actually been lucky so far. It seems like we've attracted some people at least get some of our references from 1994. But otherwise, I kind of like it too, because we learn about some things maybe we not have normally heard about, things like that, or things we've interacted with, and even just some of the sense of humor and stuff we get to share, like a kind of across this generation. We got I don't know, I forget what we are, but the Zoomies and
millennials.
I don't even know anymore.
I'm not sure either. Yeah.
As soon as I saw that Oxford said Goblin mode was a real thing, I was like, "Oh man, where's the cane? This world's not for me."
I'm gonna say the Man Show triggered a memory back in me. I'm like, "Wow, man, I'm getting up there these days today." I did see this earlier inside the chat too. The Sappy Seals, I don't know where that comment just went, but the Sappy Seal versions of the Mallards that you guys just had, I saw yours just got done over there by Tiffy from the Sappy Seals community. Somebody was asking about, are you guys doing a collab or something with them? But I know she's just doing these pretty much for the community. The Seals have been like onboarding some people in different communities right now, and I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a collab like per se, but it turned into a collab organically. Like, we like Tiffy from the first interactions we had with them. And then from there, we noticed that they were doing really kind things for the community. Like people would just be like, hey, I want to become a SEAL too.
Yeah.
They would whip it up in like an hour or less. And so we just started like supporting it. Like, why not? It's all in good fun. And we sent them their first Mallard for Christmas. It was really cute. It was really cool.
That's awesome. Well, it's cool to see all these other, cross-chain projects right now embracing each other out there, because that's the stuff you need, where it can bring other people who are big on those communities and on those chains to say, hey, I'm seeing a lot of these right now. I want to go explore and at least try to get involved with that community. And it brings people across chain to go ahead. And it's just, the NFT community becomes one versus, hey, your Cardano NFTs, hey, your Ethereum, Solana, whatever it may be.
Yeah, because let's not forget, it's okay to own multiple wallets for different chains, guys. It's all right. You don't have to be a huge maxi. It's kind of fun, like testing the waters.
Mm-hmm. I need to get more
on that. I saw something earlier. They said, "What's on the other side of the invitation letters?" Nemesis.
I don't know if we'll get that one.
Keep up with the lore, man.
I'm glad because she said she scribbled happy faces on it.
Yeah.
I think I've been hearing that a lot. I don't know who in the Discord keeps saying that, but that's the fun part about this, is that you guys have a whole story to tell. And I know the lore is just kind of starting to get back online in the form of those comics. It kind of really showcase that.
Those are pretty much going to come out. So this is how that's going to work. First, you're going to get, like, just like in the roadmap says, you're going to get like a flashback on who the founders were and how everything started. You're also going to see like a young Grandmaster Doc know their actual name in their prior form as who they were. They were a kind-hearted soul. Right before, what had to happen that ended up changing their whole way of thinking and kind of slowly started corrupting them with absolute power in the search of absolute power.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll move on to the current on you guys. Some of you will even recognize your ducks in there. Being a part of it and where the future is going for our characters. Because right now we're like in this slide right here, we've all come together in the crib to figure out who the chosen one is. And that duck will usher us into the new era. That's what we need. We need to figure out who they are.
That duck's so dope. It's like the Game of Thrones chair he's sitting there on it. I love that thing.
He's a bit of a Lich King. He's if you wonder, he's been around for hundreds of years. Visions, and he's got all this ultimate currently residing in. There's a lot more to be shown and said. But first, it's best to show you the history of who he used to be before you see where he currently is. It'll give you a more of a understanding. Plus, I always like when an anti-hero or a villain, it shows you like who they used to be, because you can then grow some sort of sympathy. Like even with Thanos, such a fucked up character, but in truth, when you look at like the things he's been through, you can kind of maybe understand why he thinks the way he does. So.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I agree. I think you guys have managed to nail the look for what can make a duck, like how ducks can be like just badass in general and look cool. You guys have done a great job with that through the Duck Knights over there, which is a really cool concept to use, like the beaks as like the face of the helms and things like that. Just the Duck Knights here with even the hooded robes and stuff like that. They got those mysterious eyes.
Those are us basically. Those are all of us inside the crypt. And because, we didn't want them to have like printing machines from 2022, so it's like they're using old print press to make the canvases.
That's so cool. It's awesome to see that kind of come online, because it gives like real, like, I don't know, even just seeing their little their feet down there, like it's so funny, like just to kind of look at that and envision that, like these are ducks, but at the same time, like I don't know, it ties so well into like the lore, and it's just fun to like kind of like watch. Like I could potentially like watch like an actual show or comic or something of these things.
Exactly. See, the best IPs, dude, like when you go back in time to your favorite ones from childhood, they never let up on how they connected everything together. Whether it be like He-Man in the toy box, even the background, you could still see like aspects of the universe, or how it would go into a comic, or even in the commercials, you would still see these characters like presenting themselves like if they're real. So I feel like it's the same thing here. Like, why jump out of character? Like, I'm just me, sure, but whenever we present to you TMO's world, we'll never we'll never break out of character. We're always going to do it in the TMO style.
Yeah, no, I love that. So you'll eventually have physical copies of this stuff here down the line too, which is really cool. It just ties to like the Printers Guild and what you guys are doing with that. I would love to have something like hanging on the back, like Office or something, like a scene or whatever it may be that we want to print out. And that's a cool concept.
Shout out to Chronic in the chat.
Oh, Chronic,
what's up, man?
Merry Christmas. It was cool to see
that, DJ. I didn't even see that in there.
It was up a little bit anyways, yeah.
Right?
I still snipe bits too. I know you're an old Money fan. That'd be really cool. Big brain top and old Money fan.
That'd be all right. Take all my money, please.
Yeah, right.
That'd be cool.
Well, that's the thing too, man. You guys could like potentially like cross project. Like, I mean, it could work so well with some of these projects that are in there on being able to collab or whatever you guys ever wanted to do. Are you guys open to anything like that as far as like any kind of collabs from other things to be able to tie into lore for certain things? Like I'm using Space Otters that tied in with Happy Hoppers, where they had like a mission and travel to a foreign planet that had the hoppers on them. And they used that to talk with do you guys ever be open to anything cross?
Yeah, we've already talked about like which projects that we want to reach out to. Actually, we're already in the talks with certain projects. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to get online with one of them. And just a hint, they're currently running, Raid, the first of its kind in this space. Really cool, neat RPG.
Not much of a hint there, but yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like
fat alpha.
Yeah. That person to me has been an OG. I've loved their project since the beginning. It's actually been a blessing to be able to like work alongside them in many different ways. And as soon as he had it set, I always told him like, please keep us in mind. And once he's finished, he came back around like, hey, so now we got to talk about how Mallards are going to get.
Dude, well, can you imagine raiding like the crypt or doing certain things inside there based upon the Mallards and the traits and the relics?
Let us do the imagine.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Sorry, I'm always thinking one step ahead with here.
He's gonna write that down now, Tommy.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one's for free.
Yeah.
No, it's been awesome to kind of see the evolution of this project as it's opened up, because it started off so mysterious, and as the lore and all the things are starting to come online, it makes everybody really excited too. I think once you guys really got out there in the Twitter spaces and have been talking to the community and kind of sharing your vision and actually seeing and executing what you guys said you were going to do, it's been cool to see the community itself and just all NFT communities, not even just the CNFT community, like other ones really coming out and like, hey, I've been hearing about Mallards. I would love to get into this project. Where do I need to start? And I did see something inside the chat. I don't know where. I can't pin it. I'm not a sniper like TJ right now. There he is, Duck God. Shout out to Duck God or Rob over there. He said, will Mallards be cross-chain at some point?
Right now, we don't foresee that in our future, because it would instantly like break the community in half, and also trying to get people to onboard into something they may not know and have to educate them on. Like, hey, we have to now educate you on how Solana works, and you're opposing us about it. It would like cause a rift of sorts.
Yeah.
So there's right now there's no need for that. It would have to be something drastic that we would have to then adapt around.
Right.
But I could also foresee us finding a way to possibly collaborate with another project on a different chain and mint something else within that chain that's associated to TMO. That would be like an angle.
That would be dope to do. I like that though.
I like
a good
that
way
a lot.
to go.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think once bridging gets a lot easier too down the line here. Obviously, you guys will be able to explore options from there. It was a lot easier where it's not like the main focus for time. Right now, I feel like that would be a lot of resources dedicated to doing something like that.
Yeah. And also, I'm telling you, like, just getting people to get out of their comfort zone, that's hard in itself already.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. So, I mean, most of the stuff in the manifesto, it's been really cool to kind of get the base plan for where you guys are at, like phase 2. Based upon that, like, are we completing at the end of phase 2 right now? And are we still have anything kind of to look out for before this goes?
Yeah, so basically the first edition of this graphic novel is about to drop pretty soon here. And then we're going to let you know about the Grandmaster Duck's past and more about the prophecy. That's where we cue in what these letters are going to be doing further. Okay. And then merch should be dropping very soon. I saw that Duck God was asking when new website. You can basically the new website should be up in like 2 to 3 weeks. So around that time, you'll then have that part of the phase where Mallard Order members only regalia will be available, and also the rings, like sterling silver rings. So that'll be cool.
Merch. I know we're excited for it. TJ, I know you're gonna be all over that.
Oh, absolutely.
TJ's got a little.
Personally, I'm just gonna only
crack that thing open.
Dude, I'm only gonna be dressed in my own merch like 24/7.
Yeah, you got.
You have to,
right?
You have to. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, yeah.
I just feel proud of it. Like personally, as you could see, I like dressed like really low key. Sure, I have like weird earrings right now, but like I like very calm, neutral, like earth tone colors and stuff like that. And I don't like to be the loudest person in the room, at least in my appearance.
Yeah.
And I just can't walk around with it like a ginormous duck on me 24/7. But I could with a really cool button up or a nice polo.
Or even that logo too. You guys are it's very sharp. So yeah, I 100% agree. It's like if you guys are in that mindset of like making good looking clothing and things like that, and execute, man, I'm all about that. You know, I don't necessarily need my duck blown up in some big thing, but yeah, if you get me a nice little thing here, done. That polo,
I mean, I would rock my slime graphic tee. I'm not gonna lie.
But once in a while, now every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Sure have that.
This one right here, yeah, 100%. Can definitely see that going there. Hoodies, 100%. Even these, yeah, I like the button-ups over there. You guys have a clean style.
Yeah, but, I'm telling you, someone is definitely going to stop you on the street and ask you about what that ominous number on the back of your hoodie means. And it's just going to be striking to see it. Like,
absolutely.
But yeah.
Well, we're getting here. It's almost, I can't believe we're already an hour and a half into this stream.
I was going to say, we're going to give a couple, a little bit of RUNE away?
Yeah, I feel like we should do that. We got
and Relic.
And a Relic too. But we got to let's go through
the RUNE. I forgot
first.
about that. We could just send that to us. We're actually pretty stacked. I mean, Tommy, how many relics you up to now? How many sets you got? 2?
I'm working on getting my 5th set. I got 23 right now.
All right, we got giddy up.
You already know I'm a collector, dude. Yeah. Heart and heart with this stuff. So I want to have at least 5 of them. Is the goal. So I've been slowly like accumulating over time. So I like that I'm not like forced to feel like I really got to get them all right now. So I like that there's a little break because again, the hype dies down a little bit and people can get in when they want to get in, which is dope.
Also, I like for the time of speculation. Like again, there's no point in rushing everything. Every time we get what we want as people, we just end up wanting more anyways. So it's like, let's just build along the way. How about we find all these interesting little features and how we can use relics there first before we're just worrying about how like you can ascend your Mallard or evolve it.
Right. So yeah, if you jump too quick to it, then it would just be pointless. You guys are like just give everything away right away, and everybody would just be like, all right, what else? And it's fun to flesh that out right now. Yeah, we did say giveaways over here. We got three giveaways for 355 RUNE for grabs, and then 1 relic here at the end, which that's got to be the last one we'll do here on the top of the hour. We do you guys want a Mallard onesie. That'd be awesome.
Like that idea.
Just full of ducks right there. That'd be dope.
What are those things called? Like a Snuggie thing?
Yeah. An adult
Snuggie.
Yeah. All right, so giveaway time. Do we want to do a keyword, TJ, or we want it for the one of the first ones?
Yeah, we'll do it simple. Do keyword.
Okay, that works for us. Demo, we always do want a fun keyword. It could be anything that you want. We'll give you the honor to go ahead. You can type it over and maybe in our chat here. But we'll do an exclamation point in front of that, and then chat will log that in, and we'll pick a winner here. Yeah, if you can think of a fun keyword, we can do that. Cool. I like it. That'll work. TJ, get that loaded in so we can
got it in there
before chat blows up. It looks crazy over here. So the keyword is library, but you need to put an exclamation point in front of it first to register. So exclamation point library will get you entered in for the first drawing of 355 RUNE. Or do you just want to do all 3?
Is that phase 4? Library? Mallard library?
Yeah, what are you teasing us right here? Oh, man. Oh,
yeah, make sure there is 2 R's in library.
Yeah, I love that when people misspell stuff inside of here because it's always funny to be like, dude, that's not right. That's not going to work. Keep trying. Keep going. I like you can go caps lock. You can go non-caps lock. It's not case sensitive.
Library and strawberry.
Yep. Oh, library always messed me up. That R right after that B threw me off.
February always threw me off.
Oh yeah, February. Yeah,
which is bad. Like I couldn't spell it forever.
Yeah,
it's actual memory.
So 50.
Yeah, but you just abbreviate. You put the FEV. You're good to go. Everyone knows.
Yeah. Okay, so we're loading up. Do we want to do just 3 drawings at once, or do we want to space these out over the next few minutes?
Space them out a little bit. Yeah, give the winner some time to breathe, stand on the podium, raise their hand.
Fair enough. Yeah, we can knock some questions out if, through chat. Maybe do that as we get towards the back of the stream here. If you guys got any questions after this, but TJ, let's wrap this first one up here in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I just froze for a second.
I did too. I'm frozen, I think. Yep.
Oh, hold up. We got somebody. I found him. Enrique Costa has won the giveaway over there. Shout out to Enrique. Let me make sure I'm writing that down.
Is that Enrique C from our Discord? I think
that could be. If it is, Enrique, go ahead and shoot over TOMMY or Lazy T a DM with your screenshot from YouTube, and we'll go ahead and verify your Discord name. You can message us over on our Discord if you're not. Ours is pinned to the top of the chat, the F35 Discord. You can go ahead and message TOMMY or Lazy T, and we'll get you squared away with that 355 rune. Shout out to everybody that just won. Okay, so we got a couple more stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen this. We'll get some questions here at the end. So if you guys have any questions for Demos, go ahead and throw them over in the chat. I've seen a lot of people been talking about this. I don't know. Have you seen that? TJ's pulling up something. That's what I was literally pulling up.
I think you're teeing that up for that.
Yep. Order of the Kraken. Demo, have you heard of this project?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's the?
I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know either. I know
Listen,
a bunch of
every
people.
time I see anything about like you've been, chosen or you are the one to join the order, I'm like, it's all right. Let them have it.
You're like, I have my own order. I don't want yours.
I did like the 3D asset though that they made. That's a really cool asset. I thought that
The family crest thing is the thing I think that's minting right now.
Yeah, that's
I know.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people from Old Money are fans of it over there, and I don't know yet. I haven't gotten in. And obviously, the family thing instantly reminds me of like the Ape Society, right? Like different families and classes and stuff that they have. But people have been getting a little bit more. I've been seeing a lot more chatter about it recently, so I wasn't sure what the alpha is. So I haven't got a chance to research. We haven't gotten into this one yet. I know we took a look at it live on stream before. Before these minted, it was the talisman that were out there, which again they're holding up strong on this floor.
So how many assets did they already have pre-mint?
They had 250 of these talisman prior to the family crest coming out right now. So
okay, but that's still not the actual mint, or is there something else after?
I'm assuming that there may be something else that's coming out after this. There's 3715 of these right now, and again, I have no idea. I haven't done any research into this project yet, so I need to get with somebody about that. Maybe chat can help us out. But I have been seeing quite a few people in the community that have been talking about it that I've also trust sometimes. So interesting to learn about this project. I wasn't sure if you had heard about it yet. So pirates and ships.
Already, I like the idea of like a layered system. So that's really neat already with different like family crests. Like, the possibilities with that is like a lot, pretty much endless almost creatively. So
yeah, Hugs Not Rugs is saying this over here too. A lot of diehard holders, a lot of old money holders. That's where I've seen it from too. Ships and pirates coming. So okay. So I guess there's going to be ships and pirates that go along with these different families crests that they have. So
as we say, we first heard about it, I think, in one of our live streams. People were telling us, we pulled it up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm kind of a little partial to pirates. So
yeah, if you have a crest, what's
pirates
that
are
give for you? Yeah. I love this comment over here from Man Your Business. He goes, the NFT confuses me. He tried to mint. Anvil blocked me like Nkembe over here.
This NFT confuses me. Which one?
He's talking about maybe the minting this over here. He's trying to mint with Anvil, and then I don't know what you needed to hold in order to mint this over here. But this is the pirate family crest making up the ancient.
Well, I think you needed that original thing. What did you just show before this? I don't remember
now. The talisman.
The talisman. Yeah, I think you needed that to mint this, maybe, or it went public.
Again, this is us live researching over here with Demo on stream. We're trying to figure it out. He's got Mutombo over here. I love that. I don't know. This is something that we're going to definitely need to dive into when we get back next year onto the live stream. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about these. So interesting stuff. It's crazy where these things kind of come out of nowhere. and you know, they start picking up steam, and the people who are in early really, you know, they have the conviction. Takes off. 2 match and family crests equals 1 whitelist. Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
We're learning some stuff. There might be some crest buys over here after this. We'll see.
BTC said
Send me some crests, someone. I didn't get anything for Christmas except CNFT BTC gave me something neat for Christmas. He gave me a really cool Wing Warrior voxel with a little mallard hat on top.
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
But none of you gave me anything for Christmas.
Hey, we got to get Demos his present over here.
2 family crust, please.
Gotcha. Done. Easy. In the meantime, over there, before we do that, so it can't mint. There's public mint going on tomorrow. Yeah, is there anything that like Demo that has been kind of catching your eye? That's a project that maybe has not come out yet on Cardano that you're looking forward to, or
definitely Alley Cats, man.
Yeah,
I vibe so hard with those guys. They're young, hip, super smart, super talented in many different rights, and the art style is top tier. Love it. They get the recipe of how a proper PFP for someone's alt Web3 identity should look. It shouldn't be overcomplicated. It shouldn't be too simplistic. It should have colors that play off of each other and stand out, and it shouldn't have muddy, like washed out backgrounds. So yeah, it'll be neat.
Yeah, I mean, the more that these guys are starting to come out after hearing Taylor and Tyler in the spaces too, like their vision, you can kind of see like they're building something like special, it feels like over here. And the artwork for me, I know like Tom, we were talking about Katz on chain over here, but these guys, I feel like really have nailed like the artwork.
The cat looks too.
Yeah, they're great looking cats over there.
Yeah, and it's like a humanoid cat, you know, because you could still like relate to them like in a way. And also, you see, this matters to me. Like when you're showcasing your project, show us more of like what that universe is like to live in, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it's not like a metaverse.
But don't just explain it maybe in the Discord. Like everyone's got their pitch in the Discord. This is where the state of affairs are at. This is the events that have taken place. This is the world. But to actually see some of the art accompany that and to kind of see that represented and also just really get their like, you know, that vibe, that style, that kind of what their atmosphere is for their project, kind of like how your background you have now and what the order is cultivated. And even you're saying the human factor of their cats. I mean, they nailed it more than that fucking movie, the Cats movie that they came out with, which looked terrible in. I forget who was in that now. Even it's been a while.
Oh, the real Cats movie,
like the real Cats movie.
Yeah.
The Broadway
that
one.
CGI nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no.
Taylor Swift and James Corden and all that.
Oh yeah.
Not again.
Now,
on a side note, please watch Guillermo del Toro's new Pinocchio movie. It is mind-blowing.
Really?
Is it
What
good?
about Tom Hanks?
No, dude. It's Guillermo del Toro made it. Directed
Like a
it,
live action Pinocchio.
No, it's not live action. It's stop animation. It took them 15 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look that up.
And dude, it's for adults. Like it even has fascism in it because Mussolini was involved in that time in Italy. Like it's nuts and it's so amazing. But yeah, anyway.
I saw this over here in chat, and I think we've addressed this over here. Somebody was saying that their artwork was stolen. I believe it was inspired. A lot of people compare it. What is it? Sets on Krek over there. From
Can we have a mini combo real quick? What does stolen art mean? Because it's funny how like when I hear these words from people, they don't really realize how referencing works. It's okay to reference something and make your own rendition of said something you referenced from. Stolen art is when you literally copy and paste.
Yeah. Like inspiration wise, 100%. I mean, I can understand where the inspiration side of this came in for them, but they also look. Stolen is completely different conversation. Like to accuse, hey, you guys stole that art. Like, yes, there's like an inspiration factor here, but if I look at those two images side by side, they're definitely different in appeal to me. Like they're definitely different style.
The whole face shape is different. The whole cat style is like, you know,
yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
There's only a limited amount too when you're making profile pictures. You know, like there's only like so much you can. If they're going to be cat profile pictures, as long as most of the art and underlying style is different, then you're going to be some similarities.
Also, take note. These cats have like a more cartoony humanoid eye and features. The other one actually has more feline, like they still have like their feline looking eyes, you know, with the same colors. Like, go check these guys out. See? So they still look more like an actual cat that's like mutated and standing upright and acting like a person versus the other ones that kind of look like a mix between both.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I never heard it sets on correct before this, so that was the first time. I know we were talking about like Chet or something like that when we were on our live
Yeah,
stream.
Pablo was their is their founder, and he was going crazy on Twitter for a while. Yeah, he was major.
I could because Nathan was saying it's not maybe not stolen, but it gets the feel of unoriginality. Like Tom was saying though, in my mind, it's like there's only so many of these different type of animal like PFPs that you can really switch up that design on to make it feel original, where these two definitely they feel different to me as far as the visually when I'm looking at it.
Dude, people try to say mallards look like Daffy Duck. I was like, you have no eyeballs. You are not aware of how your eyes should work, and the information from your eyes to your brain, there's some connection.
There's a disconnect.
Cut there.
Yeah. But you can just be like BTC over there. You stole artwork for projects in middle school. There you go. Okay, wait to come all these years later.
This guy's the ultimate troll, man. You never know when he's screwing around or not.
Yeah. Jane over here, I don't think anybody stole art from anybody. We were just using the comparison of like the sets on correct to the alley cats over here. But obviously two different projects and different artwork and different feel. And again, what these guys are all trying to do, I think that is at the end of the day, go into Discord, go chat to them, listen to their Twitter spaces, make that decision for yourself. Yes, getting back to a giveaway over here. TJ's keeping me on track. We got another 355 rune. I think it was Enrique had won the first one, so we'll go ahead and do a second one over here. Demo. I like your words over here, so maybe let's set up another keyword for the audience here.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, we love getting your input
thrilled.
over here. You can have fun with it over here as long as it's nothing crazy inappropriate. We should be good.
Backspace.
Yeah. Oh, delete that one. No. All right, perfect. I always feel like he's like you're calculated with what you're telling us right now. I like how you did the capital L too for this one. All right, so guys, the next word over here is going to be exclamation point layered over here. For some reason, I looked at that. I was like, lay red. I was like, yeah, you got it. It's been a long.
Did I misspell it?
No, it's been a long few days for me. I've been traveling.
Epiphany, Tommy.
Huh?
Epiphany.
Epiphany.
That was one of the worst ones. Epiphany, and it was Epiphany.
Idiot.
I mean, at least it was spelled like in a gamer tag kind of way. It wasn't exactly spelled out like that.
Oh man, I missed my exclamation. Yeah, but you
Johnny,
guys
should have heard what Tommy called you the first couple times when we were off stream. He couldn't get that right either.
Yep. Yeah, that is Rez's wife. That's what he said over there. Rez's wife is Epiphany over there, or Epiphany. I always say that. Yeah, exclamation point layered is your keyword right now for 355 rune. TJ may give him like another 10 seconds. And we'll
yeah, 55 eligible users, 80 people here, so give him a little bit.
All right. Couple more. If you guys are and use this plug time over here, if you guys are enjoying the content or appreciate Demo jumping on stream for the first time, hit that like button. Again, it helps the algorithm, helps us out on the channel, and it is our last live stream of the year. So a bunch of different reasons to go ahead and hit that.
Yeah. Also, if you've already cropped my face to completely embarrass and troll me for the rest of the week, hit that like button. I know you did.
You heard it here first. All right, TJ, let's go ahead and get that thing picked out in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
One guy who definitely doesn't need the rune, but is got some luck here in the chat.
Shout
out to CNFT BTC, dude. Appreciate you hanging out over here with us. I think we got your Discord, so we'll be all right on that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's set it up. We're already running a little and on time over here. Let's just go back to back on the last one for giveaways over here for everybody. That's
do you want to do Rumble Royale?
Rumble Royales are fun. I don't know if you got Demo. Have you ever done a Rumble Royale live with us? Never. Obviously not live with us.
No, I don't think so. No, I haven't seen it live on your channel. Is what I meant. No.
All right, let's go ahead and let's set up a Rumble Royale over here. So for everybody, if you guys at the top of the chat, there should be the F35 Discord. The last giveaway is going to happen over there inside the Rumble Royale channel down under the games. Let me go ahead and get the shared screen set up over here. And make sure to go ahead, scroll to F35, Freedom 35ers, us, down to the game section, Rumble Royale. I'm going to set us up a game right now. I forget what the command is for that.
Well, I think if you set it up, though, it starts in 2 minutes, so don't do that yet.
Don't do it in 2 minutes?
No, don't set it up because it'll start in 2 minutes. So still gotta pick a word to roll it.
What do you mean pick a word to roll it?
For the Nightbot, for the giveaway. If you set up a game now, it'll start in 2 minutes.
Are we using the Rumble Royale for the Relic? Or are we doing the Rumble Royale for the last 355?
No, the Rumble Royale for the Relic, right? And then 355 for the Nightbot.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do the Nightbot, and then I'll set. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
If you do it now, you were psyching me out over here, man. Okay, keyword, last keyword over here.
Ooh, stickers like that. There you go. What's that, card?
Oh, hold on. Let's get that back up real quick.
But I have like all sorts of little things we're working on and just like testing out stuff. This is a neat little pin.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. Shit.
Sexy card it comes on.
Wow, you guys, a bunch of merch and stuff. Okay,
got the RUNE stickers here. Like
I was about to say, I didn't know
one of those, bro.
I know. Get the microphone set up like that. Rumble Royale for Tommy. You get to check your notes. Okay. All right. So one last keyword over here for the final one, and then we'll do a Rumble Royale to end the night for a Relic. Demo, you got one last word for us here on the chat? What's that? Sexy demos. Apology. Okay. All right, guys. The last word is going to be exclamation point apology.
Epiphany.
Epiphany.
Epiphany. That was
let the man live it down, guys.
Oh man, the Mallard Order MasterCard is what somebody commented on that.
Honestly, I thought it was like a single card, like forward deck of cards. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have something board game related to.
Ooh.
Really?
Like you ever play Exploding Kittens?
Nah, I've heard about
Munchkins?
that.
How about Munchkins?
Munchkins?
Yeah.
Nah.
Board game. Okay. You probably would like.
I don't know that either.
D&D. You play, look up Munchkins. Munchkins is a fun game. It's like a D&D, but like board game style.
All right, so I got that loaded up. All right, so the last word is exclamation point apology. This will be the final giveaway over here. TJ, you want to go ahead and maybe we'll get this running in about 10 seconds over here. I don't know how many people we got in.
Yes, sir.
Munchkins is a great family game.
Oh, that's great.
I've never checked this out. This looks neat.
Which one?
Munchkin.
Munchkin. Fun game.
Oh, I haven't looked at it either. All right, TJ, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shout out to JD.
JD has won the giveaway. Is that JD one over here with us already? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I don't recognize it. Maybe. I can't remember. JD, go ahead and congrats first off. And second, go ahead and screenshot your name over here on YouTube and either message TOMMY or Lazy T in Discord. And if you won one over here, let us know on the
We throwing the medical procedures now. Someone put colonoscopy.
Oh. There's always somebody. I love reading through the chat again. But yeah, congrats. Shoot us a DM over here, either TOMMY or Lazy T with a screenshot of your name. We'll go ahead and get you set up for that 355 RUNE. Shout out to everybody who participated for that. But last one over here, we have one. Oh God, stop, Resin. Don't get on me like that, because Aaron does more giveaways. Tommy. He's always pressing us over here on the giveaways.
Actually, he's the one that got me into Munchkins.
Did he? Nice.
Yeah.
And shout out to the P90X Countdown. I never knew I did that until he saw that on stream.
3, 2.
Demo, you ever do P90X back in the day?
I tried to do the arm workout for a bit there. It was like pretty intense, and yeah, I'm not really. I mean, as you can tell, I'm not the biggest workout freak. Every time I start really going hard, like right now, I got I forget, like Bowflex high tech dumbbell set.
The ones you can switch the weights on. Those things are awesome.
Yeah,
those are dope. Yeah.
Yeah, so I do like simple workouts. I want to keep like just healthy and get the blood flow going, but I'm not really like, Tommy level or TJ over here, the young stack boys.
I mean, you get a lot of cardio in, wading across the pond, doing your kicks, things like that.
Yeah, I take long walks every single day. I do nice stretches. I still like doing a bit of yoga. So, I mean, I just try to stay active at least. And I have like a stand-up desk, so every now and then I stretch for a couple of hours a day.
Flex 35. Oh, Chronic said changed his life 12 years ago over there. I remember the Insanity as well. Was the other one out there? Yeah, dude, it was a great workout. I just remember doing the abs. Me and TJ spent a summer. I don't know when that was. Maybe like 12 years ago, doing that. BTC said, "Give away my rune." All right, we'll pick.
Don't lie, Tommy. You were doing Tybo.
No, Tybo. Yeah. All right. Here's how the winner will be for because I know the runner-up always feels a little defeated when we do these Rumble Royales. So second place will win the 355 rune.
There you go.
CNFT BTC over on a Rumble Royale. So if you guys are not over in the F35 Discord yet, go ahead and jump over there. Head over to the games channel because we got a battle coming up in 2 minutes from now. Rumble Royale is happening. I did put the Christmas modifiers on these because we're one day out from Christmas. So I figured it'd be fun because they always throw some curveballs in there. So if you've never played Rumble Royale, go ahead and click the little sword icon over here on the left as people get to do that. And it's going to enter you in. And you guys are going to have a fight to the death with some all kinds of crazy modifiers that are going to have to happen. And may the best person win. So these are always wild because I remember seeing these over in the Alley Cats Discord.
Dope.
Dude, there was like
the first time you saw it was for Alley Cats?
Like literally, I think that was the first time I did it. Yeah. Like I never used them before. Which a lot of the times they'll get like botted and stuff like that, which I'm hoping that with the short amount of time and hopefully not that many people watching right now, we don't get murdered. But we'll see.
Way to give them an idea for next time, Tommy.
I know. They already know our ideas out here. We're trying to work on Discord protection. That's something we need to hit you guys up about, how to kind of
Joshy, man. Joshy security bot will save you a lot of hassle. If you don't
Joshy security bot. I'm gonna look that up.
How do you spell that?
JSHY. I believe Joshy is how you say his name. I could be wrong, but either way, security bot. Yeah, it's like even jpg.store Discord, and it's completely made by just one dev, super young kid, super humble. He's always in our Discord.
I remember. I've seen his name actually. Yeah, that's dope. All right, so I think we're starting up here in less than 30 seconds. Demo, did you go ahead and enter into this thing yet? Are you jumping in on this?
Nah, man, that's wrong. You don't do that.
So the rule is if we ever entered in, we'd always say you'd have to double the prize if you were the winner. And
okay, so if that's the case, then I'm jumping in right now.
All right. Oh, you got 15 seconds. If you're not in there yet. Oh, all right, boom. Can we get to 69? Are we getting there? Whereas we're stuck at 68 over here. I think the last one. 70. All right. Perfect. So I think we are live officially here for the Rumble Royale. Demos, glad to see you. There you go. It's been dope, man, getting a chance to see you over here.
Yeah.
Man, thank you for hanging out.
You stopped to smell the flowers, bro. Get in the game.
Oh, you're getting in over there. Shiny, right away. Speedily adventured down a cliff, bro. Too early. So soon.
Come
Too
on
soon,
now.
bro. No, it's Anax Manor got killed by Jack over there with a rock. It's damn Oside got like rezzed like 3 different times last time. So you can get like revived in this game multiple times. So if you're dead right now early on, you could get curveballed over here. Born in the classic Eric didn't like the present.
49 players left.
All right. See, when there was like 300 of these, you just might as well just like walked away for 20 minutes. And it's like, all right, let's see what happens. Where are we at then? CNFT BTC went for a jog, but died of exhaustion. The lack of water city didn't help with that. Oh, it's messed up, bro. The Iron Man out there.
Darkwing was too anxious to get out and they died of starvation. Come on now.
Guys, we need you guys to start eating out there. There's a new Peacemaker that's out there, but it looks like, boom, somebody getting rezzed. Yep. Poco, 1 Ethan. Epiphany being chased by MF or Casper.
Oh, Shiny got revived.
Wow, out of nowhere. The Christmas chaos. Spirit of Mischief came back and just changed the game.
Resurrect.
I love that. Watch Shiny die right after that. Oh, no.
I like when it says they died of preventable causes.
I know. This game, like, I forget what, Tom, what is the old game that this was like we were talking about? Where is this from? Like the language for it.
The text space? What do you mean?
Yeah, the text. Like, where is it? We were talking about that. I forget the name of where it's.
What it reminds me of is like Oregon Trail or something like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you've got dysentery, you died.
Yeah.
The first time I ever had to Google that was due to Oregon Trail.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
dude. It's a freaked up way to die too. Like when you Google it.
Oh, that's gotta be disgusting. Looks like Shiny got too nervous. He died of starvation out there, so he's rezzed and killed again. Demosthenes got slammed by MF or Casper. That sounds weird. With the wooden door. Let's add that on there at the end.
Vicious.
Welcome to the stream live. Oh man, MF or Casper just shutting them down. Everybody was hoping that one was gonna happen.
Dude, by a wooden door though.
All right, that's what I'm saying. There's some of these where it's just like, yo, we went skydiving but forgot to use their parachute.
Rip the res.
Oh man, O-Side slipped on a paper towel and hit the head on the floor and then died from a severe concussion. That sounds aggressive. And then J-Hub went on a cruise, but the strip struck an iceberg. How traumatic. I don't know why I wanted to read that with like Titanic.
That's literally what I thought of when I just read that.
How Titanic?
How Titanic. Yeah.
How Titanic of you to die that way.
Right. Man,
Ooh.
somebody's like, I need a res. Will somebody get a res here at the end? Oh, it looks like Darkwing. Darkwing is back from the dead out there. Oh, that could be an interesting move right there, right at the end. 11 players.
Jeez, Enrique with the disrespect killed the guy and then spat on his dead body.
Oh my god. Savage out here. Spirit of Sharing granted all living players 7 coin. I don't know what that's going to get for you over here, but
7 gold.
congrats. Gold. All right. Fair enough. Not rune, though. Not getting 7 rune. We got 11 players left in the game. Oh, down to 7. Damn. Darkwing just got rezzed and then killed Curly Knox.
And then spat on the body, too. Damn. You guys are brutal.
Man.
Reminds me of that scene in Godfather with Sonny. They just walk up
man.
and like kick him in the head.
Oh, this is a visual. Epiphany went home for the night. All right. Fair enough.
Damn, Darkwing dropped a
just
couch from a
like
high
apartment
building.
over there.
What?
Epiphany just said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Yeah, pretty much. And Darkwing out here is just on a mission right now to murder everybody. Oh, fallen players were deemed naughty. Oh, Epiphany, Darkwing. Yeah, because that's what you guys get for spitting on people's dead bodies. All right. So
I'm betting Plague Doctor wins this.
Oh, man. He's got a chainsaw. Other one's got... Oh, and...
He's got a cruel heart.
The War Champion will be enraged and hard to kill. Oh, that was a curveball.
Oh, wow. He just got a buff. All right.
Right at the end.
Yeah, that's huge. It's a game
Emily
changer.
Homer right there could potentially take it. And the winner... Oh. Boom. Emily.
Had to be with that.
Oh, man, right at the end there. And shout out to Jax. You came in second place, so congrats to Emily. You have won a relic from the Mallard Order, courtesy of Demos and the team. And then runner-up, Jax, you will get 355 rune given over from CNFT BTC. Shout out to you for doing that. And congrats to everybody for playing out there. That was fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
We will go ahead and message you guys over for the addresses. So we'll get to you guys as soon as we can. Obviously, with the stream going on, be a little bit. But yeah, dude, that was fun. Appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out for chat. Demos, man, this has been an honor getting to host you over here tonight.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you guys. You know, since the very beginning, always like looking into us, especially when getting fudded and people thought we were just like weirdos asking for people to sell us their souls. So appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, it's true now. I guess we can put the rumor to rest that Demos is not a duck over here anymore. We can put that one to bed.
Just rip out
Yeah, that would be hilarious. No, that video that Tom did over there, it still blows my mind that that wasn't your hairline. And we were just so off with that.
Was that the one that was the look closely?
Yes.
Look closelier.
Look
closelier, dude. That I was like, these mother. But dude, at the end, I was laughing so freaking hard. Right, it just fades out. It's just a duck.
We did that one night before the podcast. We even recorded. We're like, we have to finish this first. Like the wording, everything.
No, the wording was from a South Park episode. I forget where
Peter Rabbit. It's when they discovered that the first Pope Peter was actually Peter Rabbit on Easter. Rabbit himself.
I remember that episode.
So, yeah, that's where the concept is taken.
The Secrets of the Order.
Yeah,
we should get a little
on History Channel.
Yeah, the History Channel. Let's see if I could. I actually have the video here. Give me 1 second. It was like 50 seconds long. We're gonna pull it for everybody.
Secrets of the Order. Only on the History Channel.
But there's something the Order didn't tell you.
In actuality, Demosthenes wasn't a man at all. Of course, the church wouldn't allow Da Vinci to paint Demo as a duck, so he painted him as a man, but left clues. Look closely. Look closelier. Look more closelier. With laser technology, we can look beneath the paint at the way Da Vinci originally painted it.
Screw
man.
you guys, man.
Oh my god, dude, that was it
ridiculous.
still blows my mind that the face are up to the hair now. After seeing it, that's funny as hell. You're a good sport about it though. That was hilarious. No, dude. Yeah, we appreciate you jumping on though tonight. It's been an honor getting to be the channel to reveal over here. Get to put a face to the name, to the voice, and big shout out to you and the team for everything that you guys have been doing, man. Really, really excited for you guys.
Can't wait to meet all of you guys in person at some of these events. That'll be the fun part. And it's also another reason why I needed to get on camera anyways and just start warming that up. You know? It's like, I'm just a weirdo lanky dude. Hi. Yeah. See you at next show that we have.
Yeah. Well, so I know you guys are probably obviously planning to be at CNFT Con, assuming everything goes to plan this year. And then I know you guys were talking about some pop-up events and little things up in New York that you guys are looking to do. So definitely excited to go ahead and do that. Hopefully, I know we're trying to make a trip up to New York, or at least me and my fiance, or it's our, I guess, wife at that point will be. So if we're in that town, we'll definitely make sure to hit you guys up.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, me and CNFT BTC are actually supposed to meet, I believe, next week.
Nice.
In person. Great. So we should get on stream at a certain point, I'm sure, and it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I would love to see that. I gotta get some pictures and stuff, and it's cool where you can take these friendships and the stuff that you meet people inside these Discords, inside these Twitter Spaces, and then actually it becomes like real life friendships from that, which is really cool to do. It's like, hey, I know somebody in this city now because I talked to them on this Discord, and now we're gonna go meet up and have drinks.
And it makes perfect sense. Like we all talk to each other for hours on end every single day. It's kind of like you're already buddies. You might as well just slap vibes in real life.
Yeah. Oh, it's been dope, man. But all right, so we're gonna wrap this up over here. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us in chat tonight. It's been our last F35 live major reveal over here. TJ, let's go ahead. You want to hit them with that plug, the last one of the year for everybody?
Enjoying the show? Make sure you like and subscribe. Takes 2 seconds. Appreciate it.
Oh, damn. All right, nice and quick, easy.
Right, nice and quick, to the point.
It only takes a couple of seconds, guys. Don't be greedy with that like button. Come on.
That's what power of community over there. That's one thing I love about Mallard. You posting that raid channel, put the siege bot on that thing, and boom, dude. You guys have basically been teasing that product already. The whole the package deal that you guys are doing. Like this is the results of what that can happen for you guys. So it definitely works. I really do love that. So. Again, thank you to everybody. Nemesis, shout out to you in chat. Boxlord earlier. I saw Chronic and BTC, and there's so many others from our chat and F35. We are going dark this Friday. We are taking a week off from the podcast, and no podcast this Friday. We'll be back to live stream the following Monday in January. New year kicking off 2023. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us for the 36 live streams we've done this year, and look forward to bringing more great content and just awesome founders to your way over on the channel. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you guys have a safe and happy new year. We will catch you guys in 2023.